Hello and welcome, DPL fans. Today, we're going to be going over the Draft Premier League semifinals and finals. Let me go ahead and link the stream so people can watch it live. Of course, link in the description for my Discord where I will be posting all of that. As well as the link for the DPL server, which you want to join. Bang. Alrighty.
Don't you post it in DPL uploads? Or... Oh. Wait.
Yeah, I could put it in DPL as well. Where's the DPL server?
I was just waiting for the link and that's the first place that I went.
Yeah. I'll put it in our plug chat, basically. We don't really have one, but whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's DPL uploads, huh?
Yeah, no,
yeah,
it literally
use
is
that.
You might be stupid.
Yeah, I'm stupid. Alright. We have Wyatt and Sin of Wrath with me right now. I don't know if Sin's going to be talking very much, but you know, he's a little shy.
It's usually better when he doesn't, honestly.
TBH.
What the hell, man?
Why didn't my meows go through?
No, I do. I sent like 3 meows and every single one of them didn't go through. And then I sent the potato and it went through.
That's tough. What's up, Chopped?
There better be a Slitherwing.
God, I hope there's a Slitherwing somewhere in here. Alright. I didn't come up with like an intro bit to do. Maybe if we have time we can do like the DCL, like not power rankings, but just take a look at the rosters and stuff.
Oh, yeah, like go over the auction or whatever.
Yeah, maybe after this is done. We'll see how much time there is. Yo, Hoodles should be the 3rd captain of Primals. He would never lead a team that let the first seed win. Yeah.
Well,
Alright.
in the meantime, I'm eating plums right now.
Ooh.
Plums are like so good. I hope that
Plums are good.
Yeah. I hope they don't go out of season soon or something because I need to get more.
When is plum season?
Please be something that grows all year here.
Yeah. I mean, California's kind of Thanos, but
Yeah.
honestly, let's get into the first series. So this is gonna be the semifinals. The Big Dogs versus Nature's Guardians, who did manage to sneak into playoffs. But yeah, Big Dogs, seed 1. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. What's up, Passion Fruit fan? Hey, have you seen Wagon Fruit? Alright, Haba versus Manu. 2 great players in SV. We see Terra Steel Torn on Haba's side. This is the Big Dogs. As well as, what's their other Terra? Is it Terra Mienshao?
Yeah, Terra Mienshao. Wait, is it?
Let me just do some fact checking here. Let me open the doc on the other tab so I can like check stuff like this. Yeah, Mienshao could Terra. It's Terra fighting, so could have that power boost if they ever need it. Honestly, the boost to CC looks really strong outside of Cresselia. And once the Cresselia Terras to electric, there's no fight resist.
Yeah, exactly. Like Cresselia looks like it could Terra here if the ogre doesn't get a good spot to or something.
Yeah. Oh, interesting.
Because like looking at Haba's team, like Terra Electric Cresselia kind of looks like a bit hard to deal with. Like
so you have the big button into it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Now Terra Steel on Torn, do you actually need it? It's good versus to wrap, but like you can live a hit from Vivile.
It helps you a bit with Vivile.
Yeah, but you have Pexcorv. Like, you're probably okay.
Yeah.
Psychic type doesn't look that bad either. Yeah.
Steel's a bit interesting.
Alright, on the other side, well, we have, Electric Crest, and then Water Ogrepon, of course. A Water Ogrepon, like, will do something like beat Core 1v1. It'll beat Torn 1v1 as well. So honestly, big value out of the Terras this game on both sides.
Yeah.
Let's see how this one goes. Got Torn leading off into the Weavile, so maybe this is the point of Terra Steel, is like you force out the Weavile. Maybe you don't even go for it though, and you just say Weavile's going to respect the Steel type. You're not triple axling on lead right now and getting Terra Blasted. That's not a real play.
Yeah.
Does Terra Steel, yeah, and as you see, like the knockoff mid ground was clicked. But here is the U-turn, gets chip on the Weavile.
Wait.
and-
Highlight that item that got knocked off.
Yeah, so the
Yeah.
Torn was choice banded. That's a interesting one.
Yeah.
What's the button we're trying to spam here? Is it like Terra Blast
No,
flying?
not Terra.
It could be a thing where he
This is
knows
not-
he's
it's
gonna
Terra
get knocked,
Steel.
so he just like. It could be a thing where it's like if you get knocked, then like your item's gone and you're chilling with it, and if you don't get knocked, you hit like super hard with his U-turn. I don't think it would have killed like anyway, but
It wouldn't have.
yeah.
Probably not.
It would have done 92.
Yeah. There's something going on with my stream. It keeps telling me chat disconnected, successfully reconnected. Are we good? Just double check that before we go
I mean,
on.
I still see people chatting, so
Yeah. Just want to make sure things are good. Let me see.
test.
Stream health. Tells me it's fine on my end.
I wrote test in
It
the
might
chat
be
and
a-
it appeared.
It might be a Streamlabs thing.
Yeah. Looks fine.
Alright. Well, now Mienshao comes in, and this is definitely Choice Scarf Mienshao, the way we're bringing it in right here. 57 knock onto Torn, offensive Torn. Makes me think this Weavile is probably Boots, right? I feel like Banded would do way more. Yeah. Oh, here's Tinkaton. The Balloon Pickpocket is going to steal the Scarf from Mienshao. So speed control is like, your speed control is weaker because you got rid of the band, and it's also slower, you get rid of the Scarf. This is a big deal for something like the Ogre Pawn, right? You no longer have that Scarf CC to revenge. Weavile as well is now faster than the entire field unless it's Scarf Lottie. Which it could be, right? But we don't know. Hex comes
Also,
in,
like,
maybe
Shock
establish a
Shock.
T-Spike? There's a T-Spike, okay. I was cooking.
No poison.
Alright, so what does T-Spike hit? Hits the Ogre Pawn for sure. Probably will hit the Guard Shop next time it comes in, but Weavile I think is Boots, and Tarap most likely going to be Boots as well in this matchup. I wouldn't be surprised to see Boots Guard Chomp as well, actually, into the Ting Lu. Here's an Earthquake.
Yeah,
We're just going to trade HP. A Life Orb Guard
Life
Chomp
Orb.
does 32. Damn.
That's some good damage. This might help.
56,
Like,
okay.
this might help like a setup press that doesn't want to get whirlwinded or ruinated.
Yeah, now this
Now that
Ting Lu
it's
is basically
low.
homeless. It loses to L6. Wait, we're saving our Ting
Oh.
for what?
That's a lot of damage.
Yeah. Is that a 2-hit KO? Roll? Nah. What you can do is knock yourself off to Life Orb and keep this Corviknight at around 70% max. Yeah, here's the recent leftovers. The Corv is weakened. This is important for the Weavile, right? This is kind of the situation you want, right? Weavile versus Corv with rocks up. Corv's weakened. The Mienshao Scarf is gone. Like, this is actually a pretty nice setup for the Weavile if you're able to find a Sword Stance opportunity, which is hard at 39%, but that's why you have the Healing Wish Cresselia potentially.
I wonder if there was like a reason to like save the Chomp because the thing is roosting anyway, but I don't know if that would have like been really relevant with rocks up, and he looks like he's not. Yeah, he's Life Orb, so he's not Boots. So.
Might be a
probably
YouTube problem. That might be it, yeah. Because Sin was also saying like his chats weren't going through, but as long as you can see the stream, it's probably fine, right? As long as it's not like freeze framing and stuff. Okay, so Corv versus Cresselia. This is Terra Electric. You have to imagine Corv gets out of here. It stays in, probably to U-turn. And so you still keep the Corv low, but that was a dangerous U-turn. Could have taken like a massive T-bolt for that. But the Calm Mind comes out, Latios in. This tells me it's probably Scarf Trick Latios, but
Yeah.
again, if this Latios clicks Trick on the Scarf here, again, like your Weavile is faster than the whole team. Probably not the end of the world. It's Dragon Dance Lati, okay?
Oh, okay.
That's gonna get 2-hit KO'd by Ice Beam for
Ow.
sure.
I feel like this is not going to
It's
do
not
that
gonna
much damage,
no.
right? Yeah.
Yo, Cresselia might be broken. As long as you can see a Slitherwing, it should be fine. Yeah, true.
Okay, well.
Okay, so
there
that
goes
was
the
our-
videos.
That was our initial plan into Cresselia? Really?
Either Crest is broken or Lottie's horrible.
I think Crest might be broken. We get a knockoff, no more lefties, but this allows the heal.
Back to full, yeah.
Now a CC means that for -1, you're
Oh my
gonna
God,
drop
that
to
did
this
that damage.
T-Bolt. Okay, back up to full, 100%. Copium Latios does it again. Yeah, exactly. Now the Ting Lu sack is coming. Yo, call mine like a beast here. Oh, like a beast!
Oh shit. Oh my god. Mirror. Okay, mirror.
Okay,
Herb
Mirror
for
Herb
the-
is to like catch Swords Dance Garchomp. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. But like now you're back in the same spot, but now it's
Yeah.
boosted even more. So it's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
This the Mirror Herb also could be for Swords Dance Ogerpon, right? With payback.
True.
That could be interesting.
Oh, yeah, and then
But yeah, this is
physical
over.
torn
Yeah.
with
GG.
yeah, flying steel is not gonna hit this. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a reason
Holy crap.
Cresselia has been taking over SVOU, and here, like, Manu has been doing this all season, taking over Draft as well with these Terra
Wait.
Calm mindsets.
Wait, he literally used the OU set though.
He literally
Like if
did.
you see
Yeah.
how like this is a bit weaker to like an Encore guy that can keep coming in, but there's no Encore on the other side. So.
Yeah, like Haba's
allows a lot of
Encore guy,
flexibility,
like on the
freedom.
draft, is what? Is there an Ogerpon
There's
on
I know
this?
there's a Chiyu
Oh,
on
there's a
this,
Chiyu. Yeah.
but that doesn't have Encore.
I think this team used to have an Ogerpon, but then at mids they dropped it, and now they're paying the consequence, I guess. All right, game 1 goes to Nature's Guardians, and now we go on to game 2, which is going to be Ornn Latios versus Draw 15. Let me change the size to keep it consistent on the teams. But yeah, Draw for the big dogs and Ornn for
Hey, that's your new
Nature's
Pokemon.
Guardians. Yeah, I'm captaining with Draw in the DCL. Right. What are these? Top 100 on the Gen 9 random battle ladder. Top 100 on Gen 9 OU. So this guy be playing
Not bad.
Pokemon.
Yeah.
He's just Thanos.
Alright, so we have this Selly team. Pretty cool. And then you have like the electric spam coming out here with the Mega Mawile. Take advantage of the Coco U-turns, the slow-row teleports, all that sort of stuff. I guess it's Gen 7, there's no teleport, but whatever. Get into the game. Nihilego going to lead off into the Terrakion, both rock types. Probably going to see the rocks handshake. But there's a taunt, so Nihilego can't rocks, and now the
Nice.
Terrakion going to establish a hazard advantage.
Wow. Oh my
Oh.
god. Okay.
Okay.
This is really good for the Terrakion.
Yeah, and you're going to live the next hidden power as well, so...
Still
You
good.
kill the Nihilego and prevent rocks and get rocks up yourself. Like, this
Yeah.
is the dream
and, like,
situation for Elite Terrakion.
Now they have to go into something that revenges this, so it's like, yeah, just so good for him. Oh my god, and it doesn't die. Okay. Yeah, this thing got a lot of value.
Okay, that tells us a few things, right? First off, there's no Scarfer on this team.
Yeah.
And also, our Gallade is slow.
That's Mega Gallade, right?
Yeah, Mega Gallade.
Okay.
So this is a bulky Mega Gallade, most likely. Probably
With no
going to be
Scarfer.
like bulky Swords Dance, I would guess. That's interesting, because now you have to give up your entire Donphan HP. Like, that Terrakion went
Against two electric
insane.
types too.
Yeah. Now another shard,
Like-
just get some chip before you die. Coco finishes that one off with a U-turn, and now
Like, you saw a stun
Scrappy
bee for this,
42
but,
is
like-
in
Oh.
with terrain, forces the Feeny to come in. This
Yeah,
is
that's-
so cooked. Where's-
Oh wait. Oh, it took off the terrain. That's funny.
Yeah. Okay, Light Screen gets encored,
Oh,
and now
Encore.
it's a pretty free Psyshock. And you can go steal it on the Raichu, be my guest. Oh, nasty
Oh
fly.
my god, the
He's just
plots,
Pepper.
Okay.
T-Bolt does a lot, but the weakest policy, show me Autotomize.
Autotomize?
No. I mean, if you do get on Autotomize up, you could maybe do something, but I think at the end of the day, all that does really is force a Coco Sack, and Raichu comes right back in with the Surge Surfer. Or even, like,
Really
you're
good
in
value,
Marvel
though.
Sucker range, right? But, yeah, it gets a
You
kill at
actually on
least.
Feeny and on Steela. Like, the Steela is basically out of the game now.
Yeah. Coco can go for that T-Punch, bang. Now, Thunder's in with Light Screen up, but this is physical Coco, but still, you will be able to get an
Dangerous?
agility up.
Yeah, dangerous
Honestly,
setup threat with the agility, but
you don't
there's
need
the
agility.
Nidoqueen.
You don't need agility at all. You can Nasty
true.
Plot here. Like,
Yeah, you're right.
Nasty
You don't
Plot,
really need to
Papa
outspeed the
Berry
others.
would be, like, kind of broken here with sub. Here's Nidoqueen coming in on an HP Ice, and that's, like, AV
maybe?
Nidoqueen, I think. But still, you have
Yeah,
the
this
Light
Sunday-
Screen up. Oh, that's super strong as well.
Oh yeah, okay, it looks over.
Yeah. Can Gallade do anything here? Like, there's a full HP Slowbro. Intimidate Mawile still needs to be...
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
the Mawile's getting burned
Oh.
here.
Not full HP anymore. Also a Reflecta? Oh,
Yeah, we have
no
Brick Break,
Reflecta.
okay.
But still low as fuck.
Brick Break. Reflect, but the Brick Break again is coming out. And now Gallade has to do it all.
To be in front of it, yeah.
Yeah. Drain Punch knocks out the Mawile back up to full, but you have to imagine this Coco's carrying Brave Bird. You look at the set, U-turn T-Punch, it's most likely physical, versus the Gallade. Gotta be carrying Brave Bird. There it is. Does 90%. That's easily going to put it in range of, you know, anything Slowbro wants to click.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to be draw, tying up the series.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, it's Rocky Helmet as well. There's absolutely no chance. Right,
yeah.
1-1 as we go into game 3.
I was like, damn, maybe a crit will kill this, but nah, even a crit wouldn't have killed it.
Yeah. 45 is ridiculous. All right, J-Scurf versus Lax. All right. So J-Scurf has been farming the entire tournament with this Terra Blaziken. Whereas Lax, he's been like using all sorts of different teams, I believe. Now he's using the Terra Zarude.
For the last time.
Let me change teams again for big dogs on the left. But yeah. Another thing J-Scurf's been using quite well this season is this Terra Mismagius. Right, whenever Blaziken hasn't needed the Terra, he's really popped off with some of these like Terra Fairy Mismagius sets. Here you see Terra Steel, similar idea, right, where you get a bunch of resist and stuff, but you still maintain that ground resist from Levitate. Pretty nice stuff, like Steel into the Landorus into the Iron Bundle. Like, it walls a lot of Pokemon here. So I'll be interested to see, do you need the Terra Electric on your Blaziken, or can you just like rely on CC to get through the Aloe? Feels like you can, right? You're able to establish hazards with Garchomp and Glamora, maybe knock off boots on Aloe. All of a sudden, +2 CC, real problem for Lax.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see, Zarude though. I mean, is Zarude even that crazy here? What's like the broken Zarude set? We see Terra Fairy in the team preview. So Fairy means that, okay, Darkrai, less of a great check, but maybe something like a Scarf Jirachi with Iron Head could 1v1 it. Although that's like, it's a tough thing to bring into Aloe Corv, right?
I think like maybe like Trailblaze, Terra Blast, or like Power, like Trailblaze with some coverage and like maybe one setup could be pretty scary. That's what like I'm thinking, but I don't know.
I feel like if you're Fairy, it's probably Knock plus Fairy Blast, right? Because like any other combination, you're walled by Jirachi or you're walled by Blaziken or something like that.
Knock Fairy should hit everything, at least neutrally.
Yeah. So with that, like, maybe Sword Stance, maybe bulk up.
Yeah.
I could see Sword Stance more likely. You haven't tried Demon yet? I have not opened Overwatch with the new patch, but I will probably tonight, to be honest, once I get back from my choir rehearsal. But yeah, that'll be fun. Let's see, we have Flip Turn into Breaker kind of stuff with Lando and Bundle. Do we have long-term bundle answers? The answer, kind of, with the Jirachi. We'll see if it's like AV or like Spadef, Wish Protect, but Landorus might be a bigger problem if we don't see Terra Steel on that Mismagius. So yeah, I really think this Mismagius is going to Terra. We'll see though. Darkrai leading off into the Zarude. We do have Fairy for this reason, but we don't click it, fearing maybe a Specs Sludge Bomb as we go into Aloe. Catches a Sludge Bomb. It's not Specs, but that's AV out the ass. This Darkrai does have knockoff though, so it immediately removes the AV from Aloe, which opens up a little bit for the Mismagius to do some more damage and the Darkrai itself later. But this does allow Flipturn into the Iron Bundle for a free click. Darkrai at 79. If this is Specs Bundle, which it very well could be, you don't have good water resist here. So Hydro is pretty spammable. Will die. So Jirachi comes in. Lax predicts that with a Flip Turn, gets Zarude on the field in front of Jirachi. We see the Jirachi is bulky from the Flip Turn and lefties. Now we get the Terra off. We get a knockoff onto the Darkrai, which is Expert Belt. And now you have to imagine, yeah, you're just going to take the trade here. Take the Sludge Bomb, knock out the Darkrai. No lefty shown on Zarude. But yeah, knock Terra Blast as we expected.
Dalo was AV, so it's possible that he might not get a good chance to heal this back up later. Like, so it could be permanently neutered the Sarud here.
Well,
but,
you
I
do
mean, you
see
can probably...
you do see AV Allos sometimes tech on the Healing Wish, especially versus a team like this
True.
with multiple knockoff
Yeah.
users. Whereas, like, if I keep the AV, cool, I'm bulky as hell. If not, I get knocked, then at least I can Healing Wish, right? And you don't really need any moves besides
Yeah,
like
you
Flip
don't need all
Turn,
those other moves.
Aqua
Yeah.
Jet, and like maybe Ice Beam in this matchup.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you can say I want Play Rough to 1v1 the Darkrai a little bit easier, but we'll see. Glamora comes in, could be Scarf, but also could be just Power Herb or anything like that. Could be trying to just be bulky and set up hazards here, honestly. Like, Zarud's going to switch out no matter what. Doesn't switch out. Actually is carrying Stomping Tantrum, which I was not expecting. But Power Gem will knock out the Zarud. Does get the T-Spike up, though.
Not, I guess
It'll hit the
depends,
Aloe.
but-
Maybe the bundle as well.
Yeah, not sure
Beso,
with the
Dashing
boots, with
Kevs.
the bundles boots, yeah.
Yeah, chat, can we get some
Beso
Besos for
Kevs.
Kev? Alright. Yo, Kev, I saw you did like that reaction of the, what is it? Was it a Japanese or Korean singer? And like, you got destroyed in the comments. That was so funny. But anyways, yeah, Lando comes
the
into
fans.
revenge. We know this Glamora is not Scarf or anything like that. Lando, I mean, with a Mismagius not Terra'd yet, you can kind of get a kill with knockoff here if you want to. Mismagius does go hard in, so if we click knockoff there, maybe we don't have it. I guess it doesn't get knockoff this gen, but like a crunch, you know, same thing. Yeah, Psychics into Mismagius, that's a very bulky Mismagius. And now you're definitely going to see a Terra Steel here. No, just staying
not
regular
yet.
and taunting. Okay. And Pain splits the Aloe to keep it low. That's actually pretty nice. Do we get a burn? We do get burned, but that's not the end of the world for this Mismagius. And now a Hex with no EV on the Aloe. No Mirror Coat, actually. Flip turn. But this Aloe is like very weakened. The bundle does reveal to be Boots, so Jirachi, pretty safe switch in. You can flip turn, but yeah, the Jirachi's always going to check the bundle no matter what. Now Lando in, probably imagine back to Mismagius, but instead a switch to Garchomp, that's fine. You could trade the rocks here, and now at least this sequence you're getting Rocks Chip on the Landorus. The aggressive stay in, we've gone to Jirachi a couple times. You know an Ice Beam is never coming out there, and now you can punish the bundle with some Rough Skin, as well as maybe go for a Dragon Tail. Yeah, and Rocky Helmet chip as well. Corv has to come in, takes rocks. Do we see a Dragon Tail? There we go.
Oh, nice.
Really good chip across the board, right? You did 28 to the bundle, and then also 20% to the Corv, and you have to take rocks again.
Helmet's core was revealed too, I think.
Yeah, Carbon comes in, reveals Boots. Immediately threatened by the Garchomp. We see Corviknight come in. Do we see a Dragon Tail again? Would be a crazy prediction. No, just a Spike. So now this Corv does have a Defog if it wants it. We'll see. I would presume yes, right? Yeah, triple hazards. Yeah, get those out of here. But here, Glamora enters the field on that Defog and now finds the opportunity to get that Power Gem Misto Beam off, knocks out the Corv. Huge swing, because these hazards, they can go back up, you know? Garchomp's still at 75%. Your Glamora, you can sack that to like a flip turn or something. Or maybe just, one of the flip turns and you get that T-Spike back up. Although, to be fair, the T-Spike doesn't matter at all, actually. I just noticed.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything anymore.
This is already poison,
Yeah.
this is Boots, this is Boots. Yeah, you can just sack Glamora, alleviate the pressure of the Lando on the field, and now Mismagius onto the field. Could be carrying
Thanks,
Icy
maybe.
Wind. Lax is scouting for that potentially, but gets the bundle in. Now Jirachi most certainly going to come in. Catches a flip turn. But now Landorus back on the field. So this sequence, Lax is back onto the field with Landorus. Earth Power, this time J-Script makes the big boss call into Mismagius on the Earth Power. Goes for Wisp, misses the Iron Bundle. That's pretty big, because now you can't just get passive chip.
Oh,
okay,
finally,
Hydro Pump.
this is broken as well now.
Yeah.
Like the sequence.
Now Jirachi can get a Wish off, but again, flip turn to Landorus is pretty safe. Now Wish in the air, you can go Mismagius and get that Wish received there, but also you kind of want the Wish on the Jirachi. Otherwise this bundle is going to be a really big problem for you. Okay, the bundle's going to be a problem. But Mismagius is at full, and Mismagius is looking pretty threatening. Looks like it's going to be an Aloe sack, but maybe not a sack quite yet. Because got it in on the Will-O-Wisp. Yeah, lives on 1%. Actually really big for Lax. Able to get the bundle in and keeps the Aloe alive for the sack later. And this looks like a KO here with Hydro Pump, assuming you connect, and you do into the Garchomp, follow up Freeze Dry. Easily going to knock it out. Now Jirachi's back in, but like, this might be Hydro range, low-key. Wish in the Air. Does this have Protect? It does have Protect, so maybe... it's tough, right?
Yeah, like he's not getting anything out of these switches. Like all he's gotten done is lost them on and got
now
rocks up on his side.
Jirachi's basically dead now.
Yeah.
Oh, this is tough.
This Misbag's not really getting it much anyway. Like now I can finally get the Aloe, I guess.
Well, the thing is, Mismagius is getting value, but it's not getting as much value as the Landorus. Like, it's just getting outvalued. Yeah. Now Jirachi has to get sacked to the bundle. Down it goes to the Freeze Dry. Yeah, the Blaziken has to win, like, now. And there it is. So, this was what, Terra Electric. We didn't Terra Steel our Mismagius like I thought we would, but I guess we didn't really need to, right?
Yeah, it didn't really change much.
Yeah, but now Blaziken's in. We'll be clicking Terra Electric here, almost certainly. Or maybe clicking just Protect to be faster than Bundle, but are you even faster? I think you are if you're Jolly, right?
I think you maybe have to take the hit and SD and then Protect next turn or something.
Here's a substitute on the Sword Stance,
you got the SD
okay?
at least, but
it's a leftovers Blaziken, so it could be a relatively bulky set. I actually quite like this Blaziken set. Mitigates like Flare Blitz recovery.
Right? Yeah, 3 moves.
Here's Protect,
so the sub
okay.
Is cool, but he's just gonna
Flip turn, okay. Oh, you know what it is? It's definitely Sturdy Carbink. Okay, goes for a Sword Stance expecting the flip turn to Carbink there.
I think you want to break this, wanted to break the sub there, maybe? Because,
maybe you need the second Sword Stance to kill Lando. Because this is a bulky Lando set. You see the Rocky Helmet. You saw Psychic did absolutely nothing. So maybe goes for that, like, aggressively calling out the flip turn play. But it's not what he goes for. Another Freeze Dry, yeah. Lax doesn't even need to risk misses at this point. Here's a Thunder Punch. Breaks the sub.
Well, it's crazy that like a pump would have just like killed this, but obviously he's not. He doesn't need to risk the misses, but
yeah, you can safely go for a Thunder Punch there. Even if Landorus comes in, you get leftovers, and you can protect for more leftovers after. So this Rocky Helmet, it'll kill you if you're Flare Blitz, but I think T-Punch, you're probably gonna be CC as the other move. Actually, if you're CC, you're just cooked by Lando.
Okay, yeah, so this would just cook the whole thing.
Maybe, yeah.
This Lando got insane value this game. It's been on the field like 20 turns and it's full HP still.
Yeah, it was Flare Blitz, but you can't Flare Blitz into Lando. You're just going to die to recoil.
Yeah,
it was just checkmate there. Well played endgame from Lax.
Yep.
Yeah, that defog from Core was really massive. It was punished, right, by the Misto Beam, but definitely worth it because you're able to play the long game much more effectively. And, there you go. Now, Big Dogs are up 2-1 as we go into Game 4 of the series, Blitz versus Urban. And again, I have to change the sides to stay consistent with Big Dogs on the left. But okay, this is an ORAS game. We have 2 ORAS veterans here, myself and Wyatt, so...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, what do you think about this one?
I faced the Blitzburg team, and it was it had some pretty cool stuff on it. This other team is interesting. I remember thinking that. Wait. I don't remember what I was thinking during this matchup when I was like looking at them during the actual time anymore. Because like, yeah. Anyways, we can just get into the game.
I remember thinking, wait, I don't think like that.
Yeah, no, right. Like, I don't have anything to say here.
All right, Medicham lead versus Togekiss. Could be Scarf Togekiss. Could be like a weakness policy lead.
That hit me in when I faced this.
They've done weakness policy lead a couple times over the course of the season, and honestly, it looks pretty good, right? You can live a hit from Thundurus, Gren, even Quillfish, right? Medi, you can EV to live like an Ice Punch, and like you get value versus everything, right? Medi is going to Mega Evolve, go with a Fake Out that reveals to be a pretty bulky Togekiss, only doing 21%. And now we're gonna get out of there on the nasty play.
Wow.
Crazy play,
We
by the
think
way.
differently. You were like, I think the Togekiss is bulky, and I was like, damn, that's a lot of damage from fake out. I'm not used to the
Well, Medi's pretty
Mega
strong,
Medicham
right?
Calcs. Yeah.
I thought the same thing. Why? I thought the one question, damn.
maybe both can be true, right? It could be a lot of damage, but also it's a bulky one. Now, +2 Fire Blast into the Registeel, immediately going to open the door for our Sceptile. And Reggie
And
just
this
gets
thing
the
is
rocks up and
still-
dies.
How do you-
Versus a Starmie team, that
Okay.
can't be like the best value you can get out of it.
I guess
Now
like,
Medi comes
does
back
fake out
in.
into BP kill? Like fake out
No,
did
definitely not.
21, so BP does 22, so 42.
42,
so now that
yeah.
would kill. Huh.
Fake out into
Maybe he has,
Ice
like,
Punch, maybe? Maybe you can
Under
get
Punch or some
close.
shit?
With
Ice
turn,
Punch?
that's not going to kill. Yeah, Medi goes down.
Wait, that's not a.
Wait, the
Wait, this is
Togekiss from hell.
Lopunny? Wait a minute. Return.
We have Lopunny at home.
This is not the fighting Mega I was thinking.
Yeah, so insane value out of Togekiss. Takes down 2 Pokemon, including like the biggest breaker and the biggest defensive piece for Urban.
Here comes the Cussap. Bang!
Don't,
Yeah,
if that had no,
revealed, right?
no. Don't speak it into existence.
I would just.
Okay, we have the Shuriken anyways.
We'll never know.
Well, we would have seen it. It would have procced, but the ground would have moved. Yeah. So no Custap. We have the Shuriken. All is well. But now Thanos is in. The Electrode has hit the field. We have a Gorgeist. You have to imagine Gorgeist is coming in here on this Volt Switch.
Over under 25% from HPAs.
Okay, a Toxic. That's good as well.
Let these Toxic. Yeah.
Wait, this is just gonna
probably,
win.
like, Protect
This
or
is
some
just gonna
shit,
win.
yeah.
Yeah, if this is Sub Protect, a T-Bolt,
okay.
this Electrode is never
Wait,
switching
foul
out.
play?
This
Wait a
Electrode's
minute,
never
foul
switching
play?
out. Wait, Electrode is Thanos.
Yo, why didn't your Electro do this?
I'm determined.
Eject
guy's
button.
already did more damage.
Oh my
But,
god.
oh my god, this is a crazy
The
game.
self goob as well.
Wait, so
Why is that?
what is the move?
Why is that not a 2
No.
KO?
This unfucking stop.
Wait, so
Why are we forced out?
what do we think Gorgeist's moves are if its best move to hit that was foul play? Probably like Leech Seed or some shit.
Yeah, it's probably
Foul
Foul,
Blade,
Leech, Synth, Wisp.
Oh,
That's hard walled by Infernape. There's no way that's the case, right? Probably Toxic, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. I
Toxic.
saw Medicham click return.
Okay,
so we'll see.
Starmie is Colorberry
we'll never
and
know.
clicks Ice Beam to knock that out. Now Thunderous in, but this Starmie is definitely faster. Surely you just rip an Ice Beam here. There's the agility, setting up the Thunderous, okay.
Oh, this could be scary.
We don't Ice Beam with the fear of like weakness policy, I suppose. But
I mean,
Scald is 33,
valid,
that's not
honestly.
enough.
sure, that's not.
I guess you still have the
There's a
Electro
nasty
for
plot.
this.
Again,
God.
we don't Ice Beam. We get the burn, but it's J Ricky. So this Thunderous has a few turns to get its nut off, but there is Protect Electrode. You're burned. The Sceptile might be Protect as well in this matchup because you want the Protect versus Fake Out. You want the Protect to outspeed Greninja with the Mega Mechanics of Oras. Starmie goes down. Are you sure you didn't want to Ice Beam twice? Like, are you sure? Okay.
I think it's maybe on the second one especially.
Doesn't Protect. Just gonna take its KO. Okay, that's fair enough. Don't want to give like nasty plot opportunities.
Isn't it
Yeah,
like
I think
completely
he plotted
overgo
again.
if it's policy on the Ice Beam though?
I mean, you
Well-
still have Electrode to live, I guess, and Toxic Protect.
Because it would have been like super low that maybe the T-Bolt from Electrode would kill after. I don't
Okay,
know.
the first Scald, I get it. The second Scald,
Yeah.
Yeah.
less so, right?
That point. Right.
But okay, Electrode versus 2 water types. Surely he can do something. And we're forced out by
you can
Quillfish
make
again.
it feel-
Or so by
Nah, you want
Waterfalls-
to keep it healthy for the. You want to keep it alive for the Gren because
Okay,
it outspeeds.
Waterfall into Landorus. Earthquake is going to come out, knocks that out. Water Shuriken. Oh, so we're predicting like a Scarf Lando here. 2
Makes
hits.
sense. Oh, she fucking dies. Oh my
100.
god.
Yeah. So Urban gets taken out. Really well played from Blitz. That Togekiss got so much value, and then the Electrode in the mid game does quite a lot. All right.
Yeah, the Thundy almost brought it back, but not quite.
It's what 2-2 now? Yeah. So pretty even series so far.
Yeah, is it 2-2? It might be 3-1. I know J Skirp lost, but who else on the Guardians lost? I think they.
Game 1.
Yeah. Orn and
Yeah,
Jace
3-1.
Green.
I
Orn.
think. Oh, or lost. Oh, my bad, my
Right.
bad. Okay, 2 to 2.
It's 2 to 2. All right, and now we have Pyro versus Slick Panther.
Oh, we gotta switch.
Yeah. I should have picked the other side. Everything's been default the other way. But okay.
Yeah.
We have this Coco, and is this Yard or Zard? This is Yard, yeah. So Charizard Y for the folks at home. Yeah, Yard is short for Yard You Later.
Okay.
That was
You can
stupid.
say so.
Okay, but yeah, two offensive teams going at it, right? Cart plus Charizard and Coco, pretty standard. We've seen that quite a few times in the past, although usually with Charizard X. This time, a couple teams have been experimenting with Charizard Y instead in that slot, just to give that big breaker power to take advantage of the Coco U-turns. Here you have Mandy as well to offer the slow pivot, a Starmie for removal alongside those two defoggers. I guess 3 defoggers, 4 if you count Zard itself, but I usually don't. A pretty strong looking team, whereas Slick, you have that Zygarde, which people are telling me is unviable with my Z rules. Die. This team is actually pretty good. It's performing very well.
All because of the Salazzle.
Yeah, Salazzle is carrying the team.
Literally.
Alright. Gren, Gallade as well, like proven combination. Two good looking teams in the semifinals. Let's see how it goes. Tapu Koko going to lead off into the Stunfisk, so these rocks are going right up. U-turns into Necrozma, so the rocks are going to stay up, but instead we're discharging, so no rocks. That felt like a pretty slam dunk case to rock. We're discharging again in terrain, gets the para, which is nice. We're actually slower. We don't get rocks up versus the Yard team. Ooh, that is tough. Maybe it's Rocks Uxie, but yeah. Gets the Z out, a para on Necrozma never hurts. Because that does open up the Gallade, right, which is going to come in and go for the T-Punch, so really taking advantage of the opposing electric terrain. Now, Uxie comes in on the Volt Switch this time, now that the ground type is dead.
Double pivot. There's not a ground type.
Well, I know, but you're not going to go hard Zygarde in that turn. Now you go hard Zygarde on this Charizard Y. Pretty reasonable. Could be a Spadef Zygarde, but Flare Blitz. Damn. Okay. Gonna do a decent... Oh, Scarf Zygarde!
I think OG Albina or something, bro.
Yeah. Scarf Zygarde picks off the Charizard with a Stone Edge. Although, why do we stay in the first place? I feel like we had a Mandibuzz, we had a Kartana that we could have gone to. Even Starmie, a pretty reasonable switch in there. Maybe trying to guard against the DD, or maybe you're just like timid HP Ice. You're just going for it, but the Scarf Stone Edge finds its mark. I don't think so. It looks like you're physical, so... I don't know. Now Kartana comes in. If this is Scarf locked into Stone Edge, pretty free click for Kartana, but damn, full physically defensive on the Uxie. Oh, it's Outrage? Okay, hey, fair enough.
Roxa for the
hey, Roxa! Booyah! Now a U-turn into the Kartana. You have to imagine like a Volt Switch is probably better there, but whatever. Now Gallade in on the Kartana. This is Scarf Kartana. Does so much to Gallade. But the knockoff is going to remove the Scarf, and now the follow-up Earthquake will knock it out. Okay, fair enough. Now Coco comes in, and again, I'll just go for one of those U-turns. Yeah, knocks out the Uxie into the Starmie, but that does allow Gren. If you're Colbert T-Wave this or like Colbert T-Bolt, something like that would be nice, but instead we're just going to go Mandibuzz, trying to catch a Dark Pulse, but instead catches a Toxic and Spikes going up, so yeah. Double hazard advantage, 4-3. Everything's looking good for Slick right now, but the Coco is really powerful, right? It's getting a kill every time it comes in right now. And yeah, gonna knock out that Gallade. But now Salazzle comes in, goes for Flame Charge, okay.
Oh.
Gotta get the +1. Mandibuzz probably dies here.
Do we see a Bone Rush?
We're gonna Flame Charge again. As the Mandibuzz eats its berry and has Foul Play, so no Bone Rush. Goes for a Nasty Plot, oh my god.
I think this thing wins the game here.
I think we just won. Surely Mandibuzz dies. Sludge Wave knocks it out. Starmie comes in with double hazard, 63%. Z just to make sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I think it's
that he'll like 7 Starmies. And down it goes. So Slick comes out with the Salazzle sweep. Really cool to see. Well played there. Yeah, the Scarf, Zygarde picking off the Charizard pretty nice as well. What's up?
I said, like I said, it's carried by the Salazzle.
It literally, though. Where's Z-Tax on this demon? Yo, maybe next season. But okay. So, Big Dogs are now up 3-2. And, again, I gotta change sides. This is crazy. Fierce versus Dougal for game 6. Right. Fierce rocking this triple grass team that has been popping off all season. It's like, at this point, what? 5-1, 6-1, something like that. Whereas Dougal's team really struggling.
This team is like 0-4.
Yeah, Dougal's team. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's tough. Tornting did not have a good season, let me tell you.
These teams were like, it was like the number 1 SV team versus like the worst SV team.
Yeah. So yeah. Well, let's look at the game. Terra Fairy Torn.
Wow, is that a new Nogi sprite? Look at that guy's tongue going. Holy
Yo,
shit.
it actually is. I didn't notice that. He panting it up for real.
Yeah. He's ready for battle over there.
All right.
Everyone besides the Ogerpon.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, the Ting sprite's nice. I'm not gonna lie, looks good. But okay. Fairy Torn. What is that for? That's for the Hydrapple, clearly. Flying on the Okie Dokie is like a good lure for the Landorus if you want it. Also resists like Meowscarada hits, but you already do that. So yeah, probably just going to see Fairy Torn this game. A Dragon Apple, so we're getting that stab boost on those Dracos and Fickle Beams. You do see this quite often into the Hearthflame matchup, as Spadef Ogerpon with Encore does kind of shut down a lot of these like nasty plot defensive Terra Hydrapples that you see in other matchups. So yeah, just getting that stab boost, clicking the Dragon move versus no Fairy. Well, they have a Terra Fairy, but yeah, you get the idea. And then Terra Dragon on the what's this called? The Duraludon as well. This is another Terramon, yeah, this is Terra. So a bit of dragon spam from Fierce coming out, maybe trying to overwhelm that Tornadus. Let's get into it though. Ogerpon to lead off into the Hydrapple. Good lead for Hydrapple. Can't just kind of click that Draco because the Torn's not Fairy yet. Goes for Fickle Beam instead. Oh, 50. What the fuck? How'd that do only 50? Okay, a Swords Dance comes out. You can just click Fickle again, though. I feel like Play Rough's not going to kill from full. It gets damn close, but the next Fickle... Oh, doesn't kill! Okay. So, like, very Spadef Ogerpon manages to get the roll and knocks out the Hydrapple. That looked like a pretty big threat, but it's gone now. Meow's going to come out. Probably just going to U-turn here as Ting Lu comes in to take 54%. What the hell?
Always got the swap.
Free Ogerpon, and now, like, something has to take this Ivy Cudgel. A Swords Dance? I mean, Torn comes in, it's gonna Bleak Wind. But you're Eevee for that if you're willing to make the Swords Dance play, for sure. And Torn just gets knocked out. So a lot is happening very quickly in this game. Jirachi comes in, Scarf Jirachi, or, like, we calc that this means it has to be slower. Either or, Duraludon's gonna come in on this U-turn. Ting Lu comes in. Should be able to establish a lair. Ogerpon comes in before the rocks, though, so it can get off a Power Whip here. Or if Hornleech, like, it doesn't kill, but it allows you to heal enough to live. So same end result, right? Now Gira comes in, gets the Intimidate off on a crit Trailblaze. That's actually so greedy to go for the Trailblaze there. I get it, though. Predicting like the Ogerpon sack, and then you want to be faster than Scarf Jirachi is my assumption on the Trailblaze play. But we're still slower. That's ridiculous. What was even the point? Okay, Ting Lu comes in though? That's just going to allow the Meowscarada U-turn. Okay, interesting. Down goes the Ting Lu. Now 4-3 Pokemon advantage for Fierce Flamethrower, but Rock's advantage for Dougal. Duraludon versus Okidoki. Just going to go for a Flash Cannon, get some chip on the Okidoki as it goes for a substitute. So it's probably going to be sub bulk up, and you save the Terra for it, so it should beat the Corviknight 1v1. So maybe that's what Dougal was going for, switch to Corviknight Orlando. You on the sub, you can bulk up as you Terra, but no, Duraludon's just going to stay in and duke it out. And trade HP into these Okidoki, which I feel like is probably correct, right? You could see how the game could spiral out of control if he went to one of those defensive answers. Now a knockoff comes out, does knock out the Okidoki because this is probably Choice Band and Meowscarada, judging from the damage. Now a Healing Wish immediately from the Scarf Jirachi into Gyarados for a final hurrah. Can this Gyara do it? This knockoff's going to do a lot. It's loaded dice. So Dragon Dance, we're going to be Scale Shot, and we're going to miss our Scale Shot, so... down to 12%, you have to imagine Corv should be able to pick up the pieces here, even if this Meowscarada goes down, and Meowscarada's just going to finish it itself. And so Fierce Flamethrower. It's going to be 4-2 for the big dogs. One more win will get them a ticket to the finals. And now we have Nim versus 100p. 100p in the clutch here has to win for his team, otherwise the season's over. But Nim, going into this game, I believe is undefeated, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, he's like 6-0. So a real big task for 100p. But to do it, he has his trusty Blaziken, Feeny, Scizor like offense build. All right? So if anyone can do it, he can, right? Anything to add? I feel like I'm the one yapping most of the time.
I mean, yeah, I don't know.
You just hate me? You just hate me? Got it.
Yeah.
All right.
I hate you. I hate you.
All right. So it's Terrakion lead from Nim into the Grimmsnarl. Okay, Grimmsnarl lead's interesting. What is that? So 100p likes to spam offensive Grimmsnarl all the time. But lead Grimmsnarl makes me think it could be like Screens T-Wave, right? And you're just trying to get the screens up and then go with your offensive threats.
That makes me, to me, this is like, it's a super, like, it's like Chungus setup spam. Like, Screens, Grimmsnarl, setup.
Okay, Reflect Terrakion. So the other side is setting screens. And Weakness Policy Terrakion, again, this is the second Weakness Policy Terrakion we've seen in this series. But now, Terrakion at the lead has its +2. And Stone Edge, the Grimmsnarl's going to live, though. Stone Edge trying to expect, like, a Feeny to come in, like Scarfini, maybe. But 100p just stays in. Lives. Maybe it's Sash Grimmsnarl. That could be interesting.
I think the damage was banded. I think
oh, okay.
After the game, it was confirmed.
Interesting. So
don't quote.
Probably could have CC'd there, knock it out, but who's to say? Now Togekiss in with the Brick Break knocks out Grimmsnarl, guarding against the screen. So I don't think it's choice band damage. Otherwise, you wouldn't have to cover for that, right? But now Togekiss is in with Reflect Up, knocks that out. Arrow comes into Revenge. Arrow's a pretty good Togekiss answer. Yeah. You can see Rocks Up, Dazzle does 40. Probably has Roost in this matchup. Yeah, there it is. Now Jirachi's going to come in, but Reflect is now gone. Takes an Earthquake, that's a 2-hit KO. The Reflect is back up, thank God. Ironhead actually doesn't kill the Arrow, and that's Weakness Policy as well. Okay. Alright, so Weakness Policy Arrow kind of cancels out that Reflect. I understand that we've been through a lot in the stream, but I'm yet to see a Slitherwing. I don't know if I can promise anything. Is there a Slitherwing coming up?
I don't think so.
Okay, there is a Slitherwing team later, but or no, it already happened, but it was benched by Lax, so you can blame him.
Yeah.
Okay, Arrow knocks out the Jirachi. 5-4 Pokemon lead. Rock's advantage. Zarude comes in. If this is Scarf Zarude, it's not Scarf Zarude. Has to take a Stone Edge there, but does get the Power Whip off. Now Scizor in. Can Swords Dance on this, but a Fling comes out. Does 53%. Flings that like TR 43, and also gets rid of the item for the knockoff, which only does 4%. That's kind of funny.
I think funny enough that TR's overheat.
Yeah, we just overheated a Scizor. It did 53.
Literally.
But this should be Roost Scizor in this match. Yeah, just roost that off, no problem. And it's Scizor actually like Might be able to 1v1 this Toxapex. I guess you do get Skull this gen, so probably wiser to U-turn into Landorus. As T-Spike 2 layers goes up. But now, Landorus on the field. Goes for a Stone Edge, predicting the opposing Landorus, but the Zarude pivots in instead. But we have that Scizor. Can't just go to it, right? Pretty hard Zarude counter, and it's Rocky Helmet as well. Just knocks out immediately. Now Landorus comes in, threatening an Earth Power. Goes for a Psychic, though, expecting the opposing Landorus. So both Landorus expecting each other to come in. Now that knockoff going to be pretty nice. Removes the Life Orb, allows our own Landorus to come in on the Earth Power. 100p is completely outplaying here. Really nice turns. And now Pex the switch into Lando. Feels like you just follow up Earthquake here. But okay, a pivot to the Togekiss. Nim fighting back, gets that Togekiss onto the field. Takes the Stone Edge, goes for a Dazzling Gleam, does basically nothing. This is actually a bulky Spadef Landorus. And that's not what Nim wanted to see. I don't think this Landorus is switching out, I'll be honest.
Maybe not.
See a Psychic here, but only does 40%, not even a 2-hit KO, whereas the opposing Stone Edge definitely is. But we're going to save the HP, just going to go hard Feeny instead on that Psychic. This is Scarf Feeny. It's leftovers, okay. But still, this is pretty fine. Pex comes in on the Moonblast. Was this... no, this was Life Orb, but it's not Boots. So this Landorus is basically just regen fodder. Now I see Whirlpool traps in the Toxapex. Okay, this is probably Taunt Nature's Madness then. There's the Taunt.
I think it's going to be Rest.
Definitely not, right? Okay. Blaziken in, takes the Liquidation, +2. Here you have to, like, get your regen, right? Use the Lando sack, but even then, like... Yeah, this is +2 Earthquake. I think you just cooked.
The Lando.
And bang! 100p in the clutch. Sweeps with the Blaziken. Never seen that one before, right? No, it's a common occurrence.
Nope. First time ever.
All right, and that brings us to a deciding Game 8. All right, this is what Fagos versus Brian. Two of the best champions players in DPL this season. And here we have two of the stronger teams as well. Fagos has been piloting this Palafin team quite well this whole season, whereas Brian using that Mega Delphox Garchomp combination, so potent, so strong. Okay, get into the final game of this best of 8 set. Palafin will lead off, get that transformation immediately, but Blastoise leads off no problem into the Palafin. Gonna go for that flip turn, gain momentum early. Skarm gets that weak armor off, but I think that's not going to deter the Delphox too much. Yeah, just going to come in, and Brian says 1 through 4, what should I click? I'm assuming that means he just has 4 attacks that all do something here. So, just going to go for that Overheat. Does big chip to the Palafin. This is an offensive Palafin for sure. Again, we have that Blastoise defensively as a switch in. Drain Punch going to recover a little bit, but not a whole lot. I'm just going to go into our G-Bro. Absorb that Drain Punch, and now in Iron Defense, we're setting up immediately. But the Taunt Skarm should prevent anything from getting out of hand. You see the Amnesia. Okay, Body Press is actually going to be really threatening here. Mega Skarmory just Mega Evolves, goes for that Drill Run, but... Damage? He did how much? The fuck?
Got damage, got lost in the mail.
Yeah, actually got lost in the mail. Shrugs that off like it's literally nothing because it wasn't. Sylveon comes in though, and we're just gonna Shadow Ball here. Okay, Goodra comes in onto the field, threatening a Flash Cannon, but instead gonna Shelter. Gets that +2 defense again, so... Like, hey, your team's pretty weak to Iron Defense Body Press. What if I had 2 of those guys? But here, a Swords Dance on the switch to G-Bro. Okay, now it can just Throat Chop this guy, or Shadow Claw, try and get around the Culver Berry. Oh, but the Gooey Goodra actually can allow this Sneasler to get revenged by something like the Garchomp. So that's actually kind of funny. Is this Sash? I guess we'll find out now.
This is Sash, so that would be funny.
I feel like this is Sash. Oh, it's Papaya Berry.
Okay.
Or Payapa. Goes down thanks to the -1 defense. Okay, protects on the Dragon Dance, trying to scout like a Scarf Lock, but instead Faye takes advantage fully by going for 2 Dragon Dances with a Dark type, and you're immune to the Prankster Encore of Whimsicott. You have the dual Wing Beat, so actually a great set from Faye. Knocks out that Whimsicott for free, and now you still have a +2 Hydreigon staring you down. Like, goes to Blastoise. Does this even live like an Outrage?
An Outrage looks like it would.
Outrage looks like you just kill 2 Pokemon immediately. There's the Outrage. Knocks out the Blastoise. Delphox comes in. You have to protect and hope the Hydreigon hits itself, I suppose. Okay, it's confused. It hits the Delphox. Now Slowbro comes in. Okay, the Hydreigon hits itself, you get the Iron Defense up. Okay. Now it's a ball game.
Winnable.
Earthquake does so much, though. Iron Defense, though, means the next one's not going to kill. And we switch? Okay, that does 61, though. So the Slowbro's going to get 2 KO'd. But the roll from hell, what the fuck was that? 61 to 27? That means like 61 to 54. Okay, so Slowbro's still in this one. Has to avoid like 20 crits, but I feel like that's doing so much damage.
I think it's Shell Armor.
It's Regenerator. You saw it regen in game.
Hey, you said you wanted us to talk more. I'm talking more.
Oh, well, now this Slowbro is basically maxed out. Yeah, +6/+6. Still have 3 Slack-Offs. Going to use one of them here, surely. But now, just start attacking, right? Get those body presses out. Sylveon is to it KO'd. Should see a Slack-Off here. Back up to basically full. And now the Slowbro is ready to take over the game. What looked like a completely one position from that Hydreigon is now like the turns have well and truly tabled. Mammothswine comes in, but this is +6 defense. Physically defensive Slowbro, 24%. Actual Wilted Rose. W Confusion. I mean, you switched out when you were +2. Like, you could have just clicked Earthquake a bunch of times. Like, if you get full confused, sure. That sucks, but like at least waste some Slack-Offs, right? You allowed the setup a little bit too freely, I think. But yeah. Brian comes back from the brink of despair to
some are saying this Glowbro had the cannon on his arm like Curry.
Oh yeah. Downtown even.
Thank you. That's a good voice line from you. I like that. And now we go into tie breaks.
Stunfisk is like camouflage.
Yeah, switch it again.
Yep. I think it's the same matchup, right? We've seen this one before.
Or rematch.
But different players.
It's 2 new players.
Oh. And Draw lost one of his medallions in the time between the matchups.
Ooh, he's washed.
You.
He actually just lost his passion for the game. You hate to see it. Okay. Different 6 Pokemon being brought from J-Scurv. We see this Steelix, which did not make an appearance last time. What was it over this? It's over the yard. Yeah. So no Charizard, which, I mean, didn't we just sack it immediately to Stone Edge Zygarde last time? No.
Yes.
Fair enough. Alright, and on the other side, like, last game we got completely carried by the Salazzle. You could still maybe get that done, but maybe with a different set, right? Because we're going to be prepared for the Flame Charge Z. Although, what does that even look like, you preparing for Flame Heart?
Mandibus will probably just be able to hit it. Probably Bone Rush.
Probably Bone Rush, yeah. Get rid of the setup fodder that it used last time.
Stop it from being able to, like, Flame Charge and plot. Like, everything on this team, like, denies it, like, a free plot, pretty much.
Yeah.
So, it's probably just, like, answer it offensively.
Like, this is the kind of thing where I see, hey, my Salazzle just, like, got 4 free turns in a row and won the game. Now in the rematch, I'm bringing specs. Like,
yeah.
I'm clicking Overheat and I'm killing something every single time. Maybe you need to,
clicking
like...
4 moves, getting 4 kills.
yeah, literally. So we'll see if Draw makes that similar adjustment, but yeah. Playoffs Game 1. Steelix versus Uxie lead. Imprison, so expecting rocks here, and Draw gets that right. Rocks advantage immediately. This is Rocky Helmet as well, and it is. Okay, a great lead off for draw, but wants to keep the Uxie HP, doesn't want to get too weak for that Kartana. So instead going to pivot to Greninja, threatening the water move. Sturdy's broken, so can just kind of click it here. The water resists are not super great at switching into Gren, and now T-Spike on the Mandibuzz clicking Roost. This could defog, but also the removal could just be Starmie. So if this we're just going to taunt.
Something far more sinister.
Yeah. Okay, U-turns on the weakness policy, but Kartana can come in. It's definitely Scarf, right? But we're in Torrent and +2. If this is Water Shuriken, we get like good hits, this Kartana could just die. Okay. There's Water Shuriken 1, 2, show me 4 hits. We only get 2.
That is so much damage.
It's actually so strong. But Kartana does pick off the Gren, but a T-Spike established. Now we see Starmie come in, takes the rocks, T-Spike, and Drain Punch. Honestly, if I'm Gallade, I'm clicking Swords Dance here. Here's the Rapid Spin.
Yeah,
you gotta punish it, though. Yeah,
spin.
there's the Swords Dance. And now you just have that Shadow Sneak. You don't even risk any Scald Burns. You got full HP. You live the Kartana hit. Drain Punch some of it back, at least. Okay, so 2 quick kills for both sides, basically, once this Gallade is revenged by the Coco. Although, technically, you could just go Fisk, right? Yeah. So, saves the Sack Fodder. Okay, Calm Mind Coco as rocks go up. Kind of hard calling out that this is going to be Earth Power on the Stunfisk. Is the +1 Z Grass not off, but the Rindo Berry, and we have the Earthquake. Draw just, he thought of everything, man. Literally the perfect turn for him. And now, because Stunfisk is so light, the next Grass Knot is not going to kill. So actually, you get a free Earthquake, and like, we're going to switch to what? Steelix, Earthquake into Hidden Power Fire, and now Custap Boom. We're going to trade the ground types, but I think Draw's very happy about that one. Now, the 2 Psychics come in. We're just going to Memento immediately. He said, I fucking hate Uxie. Get it off my screen. The Memento gets matched by Sword Stance, but now you know this is a physical Necrozma. Can't really touch Zygarde all too badly. Get his Dragon Dance off. 1,000 Arrows as a 2-hit KO. No Sit-Twist Belly. You live the Photon. 2-hit KO the Necrozma. And now +1 speed. Manibus comes in. Stone Edge actually kills. I believe that's a roll versus defensive Manibuzz. But gets it. And now 1,000 Arrows going to pick off that Coco. Honestly, that Coco was a big threat in the back, right? Would have killed the Zygarde, would have killed the Gallade, and like you have the Z for Zalazzle.
Depends what the Zalazzle is, yeah.
No, you have Z Grass, not actually. So CM Dazzle, T-Bolt, Grass. I mean, yeah, T-Bolt would have killed Zalazzle, I think, without Z. But yeah, all came down to that. But there we go. Draw. Gets the 1-up in the tiebreaks as we go on game 2 of the tiebreaks. This is going to be Manu versus Lax. This time using different teams, right? I think this team from Lax they benched in the regular.
It was.
Yeah.
I think Manu has the same team, but Lax is a different one.
Yeah, for sure.
Crucial that we see a Monkey Door over the Overpawn.
We do, yeah. So no Water Pawn. Which means we're definitely intending to Terra the Crest, and it is Terra Fire. Crest looks really strong, yeah. Terra Fire is interesting. It's there for the Ogre Pawn, right? But do you need all that?
He could be running that like Zarude move to heal off the poisons that are coming his way.
It's like Lunar Blessing.
Yeah, whatever, like the 25% heal.
25% in status, yeah.
Yeah.
Could be interesting, right? Versus Petrant, but it feels like eventually with Petrant clicking Toxic, you're just going to get full confused and die.
Yeah.
Because it'll keep you confused the whole time, basically. Unfortunately, Trapinch was benched by Lax. You hate to see that. But okay. I'm a little bit dubious on the Terra Fire, but on the other side we see Terra Fairy, Archaludon, we see Terra Dark, Gliscor.
You can EV Bandit Trapinch to live Ice Shard from Weavile and kill it with First Impression. Just saying.
So true, bestie. Isn't first impression faster than Ice Shard? I swear it is.
Oh, maybe, but
Isn't it like plus
you
3
can live
or
anyway.
something? But okay. Let's get into the game. Garchomp leads off into the Deoxys speed, threatening an Ice Beam. You're also faster than Scarf Chomp if you're offensive fast Deoxys. So, but just gonna let the spikes up. Manu just like willing to risk the Ice Beam there. Maybe your Yachi, maybe your Sash. One of the two. I'm just gonna Earthquake this guy down. Now Gliscor, Lax gonna use this as an opportunity to get the Toxic Orb activated, and a Sword Stance Garchomp gets big on him. Takes the Earthquake no problem, and now could see a Scale Shot, could see an Aqua Tail, Outrage, that works too. Now definitely gonna get revenged by something. Terrapagos comes in, which means we don't have like Power Whip on our Ogerpon, so gonna be forced to use our Shell here. Ice Beam gonna kill through the Yachi, no problem. But breaking the Shell's a big deal. Now, Tinkaton comes in, goes for a Gigaton Hammer, but this is an entry point for the Archaludon. Gets the +1. Gets T-Wave for his troubles, but... Okay, it spreads T-Wave both ways. The two-way street, as they say. Now, Rocks to Rocks. I mean, handshake emoji. Now, Gliscor in on the Encore, so this Tinkaton has revealed all 4 moves. It's completely hardwalled by Gliscor. Love to see that. Can just kind of click Earthquake for free here. If Crest comes in, you can deal with it there, but Weavile comes in. Do we click an Earthquake here? We do click Earthquake. That's a 2-hit KO on Weavile. Put Terra or Gliscor there, to be honest. It feels like you kind of want to be a Dark type anyways versus this team, because the Tinkaton doesn't have the Play Rough, and you want to be able to take Ice Beam from Cresselia, and like Monkey Dory Psychic, you're immune.
You probably don't. You don't want to give yourself a Focus Blast weakness to Monkey. You want to force them to click it. Give yourself like a 50-50.
I guess, yeah.
Considering you have stamina.
Fair enough, yeah. Okay, Archaludon comes in on the Endure, so this is definitely Endure reversal, trying to like have that really strong move into Terrapagos and the Archaludon. But here, Crest comes in, going to go for that Terra Blast. Gives up the spin, but this Terrapagos is basically going to die for it. Gets this Calm Mind off as well, but now Toxic comes out. Yeah, so we're going to see if it's Lunar Blessing or not pretty soon, but Terrapagos goes down for its troubles. Ogerpon comes in, going to Encore, but it's Mental Herb and the Lunar Blessing. Okay, so Mental Herb gets used up here, but the next Encore is coming. You have to get out of there. Into Starchild, the Terrapagos takes hazards, unfortunately. But that means what? It could be Meteor Beam, could be... Okay, there is the Meteor Beam, which makes sense into the Ogerpon matchup. Is a 2-hit KO to Petch, but the Destiny Bond going to get rid of the Spinner. These hazards are up for good. Which is important, because the Crest is not Boots. Okay, Focus Blast does hit like Death and Taxes, but yeah, the T-Wave Choppleberry gonna neuter this Monkey Dory for the rest of the game. Kind of setting up for that Gliscor win path. I'm gonna go for that Earthquake, does not actually knock it out. This is kind of insane. And gets the drop, so doesn't have the opportunity to go for like a Sword Stance here, but does protect, get that Toxic Heal, and then probably just knock it out here, right? Bang. Gliscor back up to full, essentially. Cresselia comes in, we just go into our Ogerpon, we have Encore Pressure. Yeah, 28%, and now you can just... Yeah, Sword Stance, Ivy Cudgel, all of it is good here. I'm trying to see how Manu beats the Gliscor in the back. Feels like inevitable that it's going to win the game with Terra Dark.
Probably have to do like a crit with Weave reversal.
I suppose, yeah, you get the reversal turn right, and then maybe you could do something. Here's that Weavile.
Because this Ogerpon's very bulky.
It is, but it's at 70. 63. Wow. Isn't that also like stronger than Triple Axle?
I don't think so.
This is 200 base power. But Axle with stab is 180. So damn, this Ogerpon is just like fatter than fat. Like damn. Like my 600-pound life Ogerpon right here. and, and Ogerpon's gonna wrap that one up. I was thinking like Gliscor is like Thanos at the back, but turns out Ogerpon was the real Thanos all along. And so the big dogs end up taking the tiebreak and they advance to the finals. So let's find out who's there to meet them. And we have a Hitmontop on my screen. Dang it.
Literally Thanos.
I hate that.
Literally Thanos. You know, I bet I know who suggested that. I bet it was Zooch. Stupid Zooch.
I don't actually remember, but okay.
I think it was Glock.
Yeah. All right, though. So game 1, we have Killer of Impersonators versus Agency is Own. So Killer is like our 3K budget pickup, and Agency is their like 30-something K like hard carry kind of guy. So we knew we had to cook in the builder. But
this Killer also has the sub in Violet River slot buff.
True.
That he has previously used to beat Genius X.
Yeah.
And there is a Slitherwing on screen.
There is a Slitherwing. Congratulations. Yeah. Cross that off your bingo board, right?
Literally.
Yeah, we got Terra Fairy on both sides with the Zarude and the Raging Bolt. But the Slitherwing is Terra Ground, so that's an option. Our Empoleon is Terra Fighting. So yeah. Let's get into the game. Iron Treads versus the Gliscor lead, threatening the Ice Spinner, but Gliscor also doesn't die from full, so can kind of just trade with an Earthquake here if you want to. Does click Earthquake into the Iron Bundle, gets the Orb activated, and now we just have an Empoleon, so just going to go to that. Catches a flip turn, only 8%, no problem. Iron Treads comes right back in, but we just go right back to Gliscor on the Earthquake, really good stuff. And now another Earthquake is possible, could just get rocks up, you know, all's good. Protect here to scout the click from the Iron Bundle, just why not? And then now we go into our AV Hitmontop on the Freeze Dry turn. And this is AV Technician. So yeah, this is a pretty strong CC. Agency gonna flip turn out into what? Into probably G-King, right? Yeah, G-King comes in, but we have the triple axle with Technician, which is a very strong move. And now we're threatening Earthquake, but Agency doubles out into the Moltres trying to predict that, but Killer goes for the insane read of triple axle again on the switch and kits the Moltres for his troubles. Like, wow, how did he do that? And now Iron Treads comes in, but like, we can just close combat this, right? We don't. Why didn't we close combat that? Maybe we died a Heavy Slam. I don't know. But now protects up. Rapid Spin, Heavy Slam, Earthquake. What's the last move? Is it even Stealth Rock? We haven't clicked. I would expect rocks to have gone up by now. Interesting. And then we actually go Cinderace on Mew. And Earthquake Week to Earthquake Week. Just for fun. Awesome. Love that from Agency. Gliscor back up to full from the healing. And now G-King comes back in, but we could just U-turn to Empoleon. Like, if this is like Shuka Ice or something like that, it would have revealed Shuka earlier. But like, if this is just Ice Beam, then it's fine. Okay, here we get the Vacuum Wave off before the Aurora Veil, and now a Taunt comes out. But we just flip turn on this. So Bundle gets the Veil up, but Zarude comes in, goes for the Terra Fairy as we get taunted, but Terra Blast is 14 because like, holy shit. Snow Boost, Veil. Damn, that's a bulky guy. Now knockoff's the Culber Berry from the G-King. We just go Gliscor, I suppose. Sure, if you were Ice Beam, you would have clicked it earlier is the line of thinking there. But now Slitherwing comes in, gets the booster speed, goes for the substitute as we U-turn. Not going to Toxic into that and catch that. Zarude comes in, going to be threatening with a Terra Blast Fairy as sub bulk up with Speed Boost. So one thing about Speed Boost on the Slitherwing, it's a very weak Pokemon. You don't run like max attack.
Negative attack.
Yeah. Here with Trailblaze.
You have to at the very least be negative IVs.
Yeah. You see, like, +1 Terra Ground Earthquake, not even going to kill our Zarude. We actually get another hit off. It's going to be Trailblaze, does 40%, which is crazy. And Slitherwing basically dead, right? Cinderace comes in, we do have, like, Quick Attack or something like that. Yeah, we have Quick Attack. HC reads the situation, goes hard into the G-King to get that chilly reception off. And now, Empoleon is going to get taken advantage of by the booster special attack, Raging Bolt. Goes for the Calm Mind as we go for a flip turn. Get that slow momentum into Latias. It is going to force the Terra potentially, but it's actually insane that they don't stay in Terra Fairy there, right? Oh, they already Terra'd their Slitherwing. They actually can't Terra. Wow. And now rocks go up because the Light Screen, we don't care about Ice Beam anymore. Yeah, maybe we care a little bit. That's a 2 KO. But chips the G-King, gets rocks up. Now Cinderace comes in, goes for that double edge, knocks it out cleanly. Raging Bolt in. Feels like we just click it again, right? Yeah. Bring this Raging Bolt down very low. I actually click Calm Mind, so let's see a Thunderclap. We're going to go hard Latias on the predicted Thunderclap. There's a T-Bolt instead, but now Draco going to finish this off, no problem. Slitherwing comes in. Should just die, right? Yeah, Latias able to clean up, basically, yeah, because it goes down to the rocks, and that's going to be the game. So 1-0 lead from Killer of Impersonators. Really strong showing here in the semifinals. And now we go on to game 2.
Well. Look who that is.
Whale.
Sub-Zero Ravage Stroke.
Wait, Sub-Zero's not on my team.
The Rapid Stroke version is.
The Rapid Stroke.
You're thinking of the single stroke. You got the Rapid Stroke.
Oh, okay. Alright, so this is, Sin of Misto. Take it away.
Who else? So this build, it's offensive to wrap that has Toxic. The main difficulties in this matchup are the Keldeo and the Necro. Both of them are really strong. I expected Fairy on both of them if they're set up. Water Keldeo is also very annoying, flipping, and then really any Necro was annoying as the last one. So Toxic Trap was one of the stopgaps to the Necro. The other main one is the Trick Scarf Rotom. There is a Max Spidef AV Hydrapple for the Keldeo. Besides those two, checking the captains, it's leaning towards a WinCon Weavile game. It's a bulky Weavile meant to position SD on Mandibuzz on a Necro that hasn't set up, Meow that's lost protein, and then get the SD off and be able to kill everything. To help that, we have it's a Life Orb Rocks Chomp that is able to get rocks up in front of Mandibuzz due to Life Orb letting Stone Edge. Tuco most of the time, so it allows me to just rock and then take my Stone Edge hits and just fish for the high roll Tucos, Force Roosts, and a Spikes Scarab with Taunt to taunt the Mandibuzz Defog and keep the hazards up. And it's trying to hunt Weavile turns, force in the Tinkaton, get the Chomp in to get rocks up, get Spikes up, force chip, get Weave in as much as possible, get the Tink dead, win with Weave.
Brilliant. My chat has said you're low on iron.
What the hell?
That's actually very funny. Alrighty. Yeah. Let's get into it. Alright. Hydrapple's gonna lead off into this Meowscarada. I'm gonna switch to Skarmory as Trick comes out. So it gets rid of the Rocky Helmet on Skarm, replaces it with a Choice Scarf, but we are able to trade hazards here as T-Spike goes up. And now Weak Armor, so this is the fastest Skarm ever. Choice Scarf +2. Could get 3 layers if you want, but no need. Can just go Guard Chomp on the Volt Switch. Bang. And now we're threatening Fire move. Rocks can go up, but they just stand in Bug Buzz, which is totally fair. Now go for a Stone Edge, brings this Vikavolt very low as they Bug Buzz again. So no webs going up is pretty nice. And now Terrapagos comes in for like maybe a spin kill. Does it kill from 15? Feels like it might.
Yes. It revealed offensive with the Bug Buzz. So
yeah, so Rapid's been there, pretty nice. Hazard advantage. Forces a defog here, but they don't defog. They go for Toxic instead. So now we should be able to take advantage of that. Go Weavile on the Roost. And now, I mean, pretty good stuff, right? Tinkaton comes in. It's on a balloon. We go for an Icicle Crash. This crucially is going to mean that the Pickpocket doesn't steal our item, as well as there's no, like, we don't have to worry about helmets or anything like that. So Tinkaton now going to be taking Spikes damage later. Terrapagos comes in on the rocks. Could be a spin turn, but instead going to double to Weavile, catch the Mana Buzz, big boss moves, and now we can just kind of click Ice move for a KO, because Tinkaton taking all those hazards is not really a great switch anymore. Now Keldeo comes in, and you go Hydrapple on this, no problem. Secret Sword only does 34%, threatening with the Grass Stab here. So Flip Turn is coming out. We do Terra Fairy here. And Earth Power, Wilted Rose, boo, into Mana Buzz. Could be a defog if they want it, and they do take the defog. But we are able to establish another Spike, right? If they want to foul play and take Helmet, fine, be my guest, right? Oh, we don't have Helmet anymore, right? We're Scarf. The defog, we force the defog to get into the Weavile for free, which is probably fine as well. You guys go crash. Oh, it's past my bedtime, man. It's 3 p.m. Yeah, again, Skarmory comes in, and again, probably just gonna lay a hazard, right? Mana Buzz comes in, you force the defog, get your Weavile in. This time you go Rotom, that's fine. You can Volt here for free. Volt on the Meowscarada, 17%, not a whole lot of damage, to be honest, but we do get our regen farm. Then back to Skarm, trying to like bait a knockoff, like probably not, right? A triple axle, 1 hit, 2 hit. We see 3 hits. We do see 3 hits. On the Spike trade, fair enough. And now we just go Rotom on the U-turn. Okay, Mana Buzz in, but this is like
okay. I have to go for a bit back. Sub-Zero Rapid Stroke versus Triple T Tribe. This is something versus Benja Boy, right?
Yeah, Sub versus Benja, or not Sub, Cinevrath.
Oh yes, okay.
Yeah, just, Sub is on my screen, so I said Sub. Now here, this trick is like double-edged sword, right? Because we lose our speed control of Rotom, but also this Mana Buzz now can't reliably fog away our hazards. So like, you give some and you take some, right? Rotom can still go for a Volt Switch here, catches the Meowscarada with a Spike up, big deal. Now Weavile comes in, and again, we can just click Icicle Crash, right? Free value, especially with a Spike up. Like, Weavile is so good. Now the rocks go up, but we're boots on that guy. We're boots on Rotom now. Like, the main guys like doing stuff are boots. So these hazards really don't matter that much right now. Again, you see a Volt Switch into Weavile. Weavile actually takes a KO this time. But now Keldeo comes in. Well, we can just sack Skarmory, I suppose. We have that Spike up. If they want to defog away their own hazards as well, that's fine with us. Now Hydrapple comes in, has to take the T-Spike, unfortunately. Now Flip turns into Tinkaton. We can catch this, this is a really big deal, but instead Dragon Tail, unfortunate, threatening the Encore here. So we go a Rotom, which is fine. Take a Gigaton Hammer and can just Volt out here. Doesn't kill a Tinkaton though, which is kind of sad, but we just go to Wrap and get off a spin kill if we want it. Especially with the Ice Hammer slowing down the Tinkaton, we're always faster with the Rapid Spin. Mana Buzz comes in, can defog here if it wants to, right? But if it does, Rotom's coming in for free. Even defog, right? Rotom's coming in for free, and Rotom looks very good now that the electric resist is dead. Forces a KO on the Tinkaton, and now like the combination of Rotom and Weavile pretty strong. Hydrapple comes in, forces the Kel to stay out. When Necrozma comes in, goes to the Terra Ghost Photon Geyser immediately. I have to assume we're Dragon Tailing this. No, we Leaf Storm to do 51%. That's fine, right? Forces the Morning Sun or Moonlight there on the Dragon Tail, so we get an extra round of poison for the same result. But Mana Buzz comes in, and we get the Heart Switch into Rotom, which is definitely wrong because we're 2-hit KO'd by Foul Play into Toxic. Probably was better just to stay in with the Hydrapple. But now we go Weavile, Icicle Crush into the Keldeo, and we knock off the Keldeo. Keldeo gonna attack here. Surf, 2-hit KOs the Weavile with Vacuum Wave, or you can just Surf again, right? And now flip turn on the Apple into Mana Buzz as we Power Whip. And that should be the ball game, right? Probably even knocks out Hydrapple from there. Ice Crash doesn't kill the Mana Buzz. Foul Play does kill Weavile. Terrap versus the world, but it's poisoned.
The world's looking pretty strong.
The world is looking broken. Especially with like Vacuum Wave in the back as well. Yeah. It's gonna be the game 1-1, right? We won the other one? Yeah, 1-1 in the series. So could be better, could be worse. And now we go into my game versus Money Guy. Now here, this one I did play while I was on vacation. So 2 things, right? I don't have work. I can like do whatever. All my free time is like spent on Mons, right? But the other side is I'm on vacation, so like my free time is like vacation time. So
your free time is just not there.
yeah. This is somewhat of a mirror matchup in a way, right? You have the Gardevoir mirror, the Superior mirror, Crobat, like bulky Steel. It's like pretty similar.
They're missing Thanos Supreme though.
Yeah, the Haunch Crow. Okay, so I actually played this game on the beach in Fort Bragg. It was actually kind of cool. But to go over the team a little bit, I have Bulky Guard with Wisp. This is designed so that I can like Wisp Bronzong, just kind of wait for it to die low-key. Like Wisp Wish Protect, I believe I am on this set. I might have Psychic. I actually don't remember. But regardless, Bulky Guard with Wisp. We have Superior, which is going to be this was Rocky Helmet, Max HP, Leaf Storm Glare, HP Ice Synth. Just because this kills the whole lobby outside of Bronzong, which I will be statusing with my Gardevoir and like trading into it with my Crobat, as well as pursuit trapping it with my Thanos Supreme. So basically, this whole game plan is I trap the Bronzong and then I win with all of my guys that want the steel gone. That's either Gardevoir or Superior or my Crobat. All of them are great. There's also Nidoking, right? Nidoking also appreciates the Bronzong removed. So you see Thanos Supreme, really great matchup for it. Then I have my Nidoking, which is going to be on this team, I believe it was Choice Scarf. Yeah, Choice Scarf to give me something faster than the Guard and the Terrakion, something that can revenge kill a Superior that's getting out of hand. You know, I can Ice Beam Crobat, don't want to rely on a Speed Tie, as well as the Zangoose. It's just a good revenge tool versus all of the offense that Money has. And then obviously Thanos Supreme is just going to be, it's like a fancy defensive EV spread, because like max HP on Honchkro's Troll. I do stuff like I live Leaf Storm into Leaf Storm from Serp, and I also live, what do I live? It was some physical hit.
I can look over here.
Was it Brave Bird? Or is it something on the bench? Oh, it's Crocodile. Yeah, I live a Crocodile Stone Edge, I believe, is what it was. Yeah, Crocodile's on the bench. Okay, let's get into it. Registeel going to lead off into the Zangoose. Great lead for me. This Registeel is also Choppleberry to help lure the Terrakion and like a close combat Zangoose. So I'm perfectly happy to just lay up my rocks here as they go for a Swords Dance and get the Toxic Orb activated. So this is a very strong Zangoose, but again, I'm Choppleberry. So I'm just going to click counter and the Zangoose is going to die. Bang. He goes for Facade as well, which is nice for me because I maintain my Choppleberry for the Terrakion coming in here. I can just T-Wave this. He goes for a Swords Dance, which is kind of whatever, but he reveals to be Lumberry, which is a great bring from him. Kind of calls out the Paraspam angle that I'm going for. But crucially, the CC means he's -1. So I go into my Crobat, which does knock out Terrakion at -1. So I expected a Bronzong to come in here, so I go for a U-turn. Problem is, he stays in. Maybe not anticipating Choice Band and Crobat, but which I am, but I have a backup plan. You see, Stone Edge is the only viable click into Crobat, so I have a U-turn into Nidoking if I really need it, like if he does stay in. So I U-turn into my Nidoking, and I am Choice Scarf, so I can just go for an Earth Power. If he went Bronzong there, it would have been tough because he gets rocks up for free, which is like the whole point of U-turning. I wanted to avoid like having to have rocks up on my side. I wanted to just U-turn into Thanos Supreme and pursued it. No funny business, but that's not the line that ended up happening. But fortunately for me, he stays in, not expecting the Scarf maybe, and Earth Power just knocks it out. Now Crobat comes in, could defog if he wants to. I'm just going to go into Superior, catch the defog, you know what I'm saying? No, the main reason is my SERP. Like, the purpose of it was to check stuff like Terrakion and the Crocodile. Terrakion's dead, Crook didn't come. My SERP is very expendable, and I don't want to take a Brave Bird on anything else. So, if he defogs and I get the evasion, cool. If he just Brave Birds, right, I have, like, Recoil and Rocky Helmet. He has to take 2 hits to knock me out. The Crobat's going to be very low after that. So, all end paths are good. Here the Brave Bird comes out, I get my Recoil that I wanted, and a Glare, but he's actually double Lumberry. This is actually cheating, by the way. Item Clause, hello, ever heard of it? Yeah, great bring from him again, calling out the Paraspam. But, hey, switched in on defog for a reason. We get that double Glare off, and now I have odds to fish for like either a Para or a Miss on the Synthesis, so I go for it. Again, SERP very expendable, and with the Recoil there, I mean, Crobat's going to get traded regardless. So I actually get a good trade out of my SERP, even in this matchup there with those mons remaining. So now Bronzong comes in. I go to my Crobat just to cover like the offensive guys that I'm scared of. And if Bronzong comes in, I can just U-turn to my Thanos Supreme. And at this point, I don't even need to Pursuit Trap anymore. You see Gyro Ball does absolutely nothing because I'm like no speed. But here I'm thinking, okay, I can just Night Slash, right? I didn't want to like Pursuit into like Colbur Bronzong because it doesn't reveal leftovers here. Oh, it does reveal leftovers. I'm stupid. I should have pursued it. But I'm like, there's no like real switch into Night Slash. I am Scope Lens Super Luck, so it's always a crit, very strong move, Adamant Max. But it turns out his Superior is actually the same set as mine. It's Rocky Helmet Max HP. So this is actually able to 1v1 my Honchkrow, kind of, because I am lacking Brave Bird on this set. So I'm going to switch into my Crobat on this Synthesis, and now I'm just going to go for a U-turn. Oh, I go for Brave Bird. I'm a beast. Knocks out the Surf. How did I do that? Now Bronzong comes in, but again... Oh, actually, I go into Gardevoir because Gyro Ball is actually a roll onto my Honchkrow. It's like in my favor vastly, but it is a roll, so I didn't want to risk it. And my Gardevoir is like Healing Wish, so I can come in on this Gyro Ball and just immediately go for Healing Wish into my Thanos Supreme, and it's like a complete wrap. But he makes a crazy move, switches to Gardevoir on my Healing Wish, and now I can't go to my Thanos Supreme. Right, I have to go into like one of my poison types. And so I thought about this turn for like a really long time. And I was like, okay, I can go to my Crobat. And I believe the line is I need to U-turn onto the Bronzong. I don't need to, but I should. Right, because Gardevoir doesn't want to stay in here. I've revealed Choice Band at this point. He's like, Guard's the way he wins, right? So he's not going to risk his Guard. And if he does risk his Guard... U-turn, I can sack my Nidoking, and then I can go into Crobat again, and then I can just Brave Bird spam until I die, because then Guard's in Sucker range. So like, so many things have to go wrong for me to lose that endgame, because my Haunch will kill Bronzong outright, and Gardevoir will be in Sucker range. He has to like outplay me with like Will-O-Wisp or whatever, and also like get through my Crobat somehow. Like... I'm good, bro. Like, I think I'll be okay. I think my plan was if that sequence happens, I'll risk the roll. Because it's like only a max roll knocks out my Honchkrow from Gyro Ball. So that was my plan. I can actually catch the U-turn, and here it's just a Night Slash, kill the Bronzong, bang. And now it's Gardevoir versus the world. But you look at this, like, I can still lose this game. and it's a very specific Gardevoir set, but it's actually a Gardevoir set that I have. Like, I brought this shit myself. It's like Trick Room Gardevoir. Because my Nidoking is slow, or my Nidoking is fast because it's Scarf. My Honchkrow is slow. So it's like a little bit of a speed sandwich, but what they can do is they can Hyper Voice my Honchkrow, right? But then Gardevoir could potentially live a hit from either of my guys, Trick Room up, Psychic, bang, I lose. Right? But he has to be like full Fizz Def Trick Room Psychic. Like, that's the set that wins here. Megavolves, Hyper Voices, tells us nothing. I go to my Crobat. Cross Poison, it does knock it out. So he's not max defense, and that's going to be the game. I end up winning that one a little bit closer than maybe it should have been. I probably should have pursued the Bronzong earlier, but that's 2-1 for the Scovillains. Now we go on to game 4. We have Theo versus Vergi 1. All right, this is a Dragapult Mega Gallade team versus this this team has been like pretty strong for us post mids. We put some really strong guys on it, like I believe this team now has a Hisuian Arcanine that we benched. That guy has been Thanos, but not bringing it this time because it's Theo. You know how it goes.
Theo does not like moves that do damage.
He really doesn't. But okay, let's get into the game. Scizor is going to lead off into the Gallade. Going to switch out, so probably doesn't have Fire Punch. Theo scouts that by going Crook, but also covers a switch into the Talonflame, so really nice mid-ground there. Taunt, expecting rocks. Oh, but the Stone Edge comes out, but he misses Stone Edge. This is so sad. Alexa,
just hack.
Play Despacito.
Restart.
Now an Earthquake comes out because we know Vergi's never staying in there. Good chip on the Gallade. Now into the Sylveon, but does a lot of damage, but I believe this is Scarf Sylveon, so able to force that out with the Hyper Voice. And Pex comes in on the Stealth Rock. And now Toxic Spikes up as Samurott comes in, goes for a Swords Dance, but Sludge Bomb comes out, gets the poison immediately. Very nice. +2 Ceaseless will not knock out our Pex, but it will get double hazards up. And now with the Haze and Recover, like the Samurott, well, it's not killing anything. It is going to get all 3 layers if Vergi wants to. It looks like he does want to. So probably going to have to look for a Defog from our Noivern or Scizor. But our Pex is going to be basically full HP. Can go for like a Sludge Bomb here if we want to. But Empoleon comes in. A nice play from Vergi. But Empoleon and Pex kind of just jerk off in front of each other. Like, they can't do anything to each other. So, we'll be back after this commercial break, I suppose. Good point for a sip of water. All right, let's get this show on the road. What happens? Yeah. Okay, something happened.
Yeah, we made it.
Surf, Haze. So Vergi has gotten Pex to a point where like Recover could be clicked reasonably. So he's going to try to call it out and go into Gallade. Gets the play right. What a beast. But Pex like doesn't die to Zen, I feel like. He could have just stayed in low-key. But instead sacks the Sylveon. Going to allow Noivern to come in and potentially defog here. Yeah, he gets the defog, but Empoleon, is it competitive? Wait, it's not competitive? Troll.
Oh, wow.
Now Scizor comes in threatening a close combat. Gonna Mega Evolve, go for a knockoff, gets rid of the Talonflame's leftovers. But now we have Pex here once more. Please don't go Empoleon. I'll be so sad and have to skip so many turns. Goes for the taunt on Sludge Bomb. The Talonflame is very low now. Goes for a Roost. Show me a poison? Yeah, we got a poison. Booyah. At this point, you don't even need a T-Spike. The only thing it hits is Dragapult. Then I switch to Crocodile. Potentially could get Rocks up here. I don't think Taunt is ever the move here. Does click Taunt, so would have worked on me. Would have worked on Theo as well. Alright, good play from Vergi. But here, like he's just sacking Talonflame. Like maybe he doesn't have a better plan. Another Brave Bird. Talonflame gonna go down to the Stone Edge. Bang. Taunt ends, so has to go something that kills Crook, prevents the rocks. Is gonna be Gallade as CC comes out to 67. It forces a Bullet Punch. It's just gonna stay in to receive the Bullet Punch though. And now Samrock comes in, just gonna get Bullet Punched again. Sure. While misses Sealess Edge. Beast mode.
It's dead.
Yeah. Aqua Jet, not gonna cut it.
Oh, not killing.
Yeah, so both sides have now missed like something that would have killed the guy. Dragonite gets knocked off, removes the Charty Berry, so guarding against like a Scarf Stone Edge. Now a crit Bullet Punch. Hey, we'll take it. Now Crook comes in with the Intimidate, should be able to live. But so we're gonna sack the Noivern. Interesting.
Ironhead.
Maybe like Outrage was.
Him, I guess.
Maybe Outrage was like a roll on our set.
Oh, and the Citrus.
Citrus Belly. And now Foul Play knocks out the Dragonite even at -1. Now Pult comes in, goes for a Draco, knocks out our Crook. At this point, at -2, our Serperior can come in and just kind of click Leaf Storm, right? Because when Empoleon comes in, it's getting 2-hit KO'd. You can't exactly pivot back to the Dragapult very easily. So Serp should just pick up a KO here. Is going to pivot. Wait, that is nothing. The hell? Now Flamethrower doesn't kill our Serp. We can synth this off with leftovers. Okay. I mean, it's basically not doing anything. It goes for a Shadow Ball. Okay, but we do have Dragon Pulse. Okay. Maybe a little bit of conditioning. We're kind of guarding against like a U-turn play. And Serp is just going to sweep this one. That's 3-1 for the Scovillains. Love to see it. Yeah. And now we go on to game 5, which is going to be Helm versus Reverse Tracebacks. These two guys, I think they know each other. They're friends. Maybe, I'm not sure. But I know Reverse wanted to play Agency, but pulled Helm. This is so sad. Okay. Dude, low-key, I'm getting tired. How did I do these like long 8-hour streams back in the World Cup days? I'm crazy for that. Yeah. Oh, it is past my bedtime for sure. Yeah, low-key it's a combination of like I just had to wake up at 6:45 for an auction like the other day.
Yeah.
And then like I woke up early today as well. It's cooked, bro. I have the day off work though, so I'm chilling for the rest of the day. Okay, Reverse Tracebacks, Helm, Terra Fairy on the Goldango, Terra Electric on the Hydreigon. Something we saw all season long was Terra DD Hydreigon, so we're interested to see if we'll see that again. Poison, Moth, and our Quaquaval's benched. Okay. Geospeed leads off into the Ogerpon Wellspring, and we're going to see a T-Wave popped immediately. I'll see you later, Chops. Wake up alarm is in 4 hours? Fuck. Been there myself. I know that sucks. Okay, a little bit of a hazard exchange here. Dio gets a T-Wave and double hazard, kind of what you want out of a lead Dio. So Helm's pretty happy about that. Tinkaton reveals Boots as Tusk comes in to deal with it. Sableye gonna take that headlong rush, but not take it super well. I get some Rocky Helmet Chip, but yeah. Now gets a Reflect up. Okay, so now saves the Sack Fodder. Can just go Tinkaton on the Shadow Ball, no problem. Goes for a Rock, so hazards are now completely mashed, but T-Wave Goldango slows down the Tinkaton. Has Moldbreaker was threatening like a Encore at some point, but not anymore. Now knocks off the AV, and now Sable can just use as a sack. This Tusk can have a hard time getting this spin off versus the rest of the field. Roaring Moon comes in, could be booster Acro, probably is going to be. We're going to see a switch to Goldango scouting for that. That's a physically defensive gold for sure. You've gotten the workload of my colleagues that are on vacation, including a company with 1,500 pending invoices, so I may have stuff to do, and I'd rather limit the state of zombification I'm in. Yeah, that's fair enough, bro. Yeah, I'll see you later. Now, gold in could be a little bit of a 50-50 with knockoff versus Ironhead, because this is Terra Fairy, right? Yeah, it's Terra Fairy, but it's actually Colberberry, so able to stay in regular form and just there's nothing to worry about. Dropping a like though, appreciate that. Now Lando in goes for Earthquake. I mean, Goldango's dead to hazards there anyways. Now Ogerpon in, but Ivy Cudgel gonna do like half, but you U-turn for some big chip. And now Iron Moth comes in. It's a speed tie here potentially. This Ogerpon can't Terra. Zapdos gonna come in as we do Terra our Moth to get that Sludge Wave Oko on Zapdos. Alright. Now Hydreigon comes in. Gonna take a lot from the Sludge Wave, but the Scale Shot comes out. 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. It does knock out our guy. Probably is gonna be loaded dice then. But Lando comes in for the Intimidate. 1, 2, 3 hits. Yeah. Just gonna die there. And now what? We go Tinkaton. Thanks to the -1, an Earthquake will not knock you out, but turns out he doesn't even have Earthquake, so it's just going to be a Terra Blast, 2 shots. It's not going to 2-hit KO, but it's going to bring it very low. Dies to the knockoff, and now Great Tusk comes in, and now you can go for that spin, get rid of all those hazards. Encore into the spin, cool. Our Tinkaton's still going to die to that, but now it's Ogerpon versus Ogerpon, basically. We could Synth here. Ah, the full para. And now you can't Synth because this Encore's ending. And so like a follow-up CC or whatever, Megahorn is just game ending. Yeah, you just lose. Unfortunate from reverse tracebacks, and that's going to be 3-2 in the series. We're still up. So, still okay. Oh, a bit of a stretch there. Now going on into game 6. It's going to be Glop versus AM22. I think we're just
Classic
like
Glop team.
Yeah.
The same one he's been using.
Is this like a Misto spam paste? Or was this was this like stall? I forget what he went for in the end. I think this was a bulky paste. Yeah, because the Mew is definitely fat. Unless he changed it. I don't know. We'll just get into it. Latios leads off into Tapu Fini Marquee Surge. Yeah, so good lead for Glop. Can just go for the Nature's Madness. Immediately chips the Toxapex down a half. And we're just going to pivot into Mew, expecting like a Gunk Shot or something of the sort. But instead of double to H-Slash, catches the Mew. Also would have caught like a Fini staying in, so pretty reasonable. Mid-ground goes for Shadow Claw, does 40% to the Zygarde. I believe that is choice banded damage, 40%. But here, a double to Mew catches the Lando, allows us a free spike. So good play from Mark Hunter. Here, a trick though, gets a Scarf onto the Nihilego. And can just get up the rocks still, but Lando comes in, could be threatening Defog, and it is going to Defog. But Mew comes in, can just reestablish that spike. So always going to be playing with at least one hazard up. And now switch to Tapu Fini on an expected Draco, but a trick instead. So now this Fini is choice specs. But as a switch to Togekiss is coming, a double to the Zygarde trying to catch maybe a Pex instead. But yeah, lefties protect the classic Glop set. But now Lando comes in, goes for a knock. It's sort of the Rocky Helmet on Mew. But now Ice Beam is being threatened, so I have to get out of there into the Aegis Slash. But knockoff, and we get to see, is this choice band? It was choice banded. It gets a crit there, that was pretty nice. But now you can just go Zygarde, and these Shadow Claws are now doing like 28% instead of 40. Very much easy to switch into. Now, Protect on the Stealth Rock. Glop is a bum for that one. But now Mew's coming in on a knockoff. It's probably U-turn on the Lando. Still not going to risk it staying in. Anticipating like maybe I don't know. Scrafty's gonna come and get knocked off because Mew has no item. Yeah, even a crit knock does 38. That's ridiculous. And roars us out, but this is fine, right? Unfortunately, we pull the Nihilego because we don't want to stay in with that. But yeah, this is still okay. Lando comes in. Again, scouts the Ice Beam. Another spike goes up. Okay, so hazard advantage now for Glop. Feeny comes in on the Poison Jab, takes 30%. We are choice specs Feeny, so we're just going to have to pivot through into the Mew. Just probably wanted to get Mystic Terrain to prevent any like Toxics or Sludge Wave poisons. I get it. Now knock off. And just soft boiled, like this Scrafty doesn't beat us 1v1. We can just kind of like get all 3 layers. Chill for a bit. Oh, why am I so tired? This is so sad.
Honestly, same.
Roars into the Celestial, threatening like a air slash or something of the sort. This is a good double. Prevents the defog. And now we get a Moonblast off. A critical hit onto the Togekiss, a drop too. Like, pretty happy to just stay in and Moonblast again. But instead, gonna switch out to Mark.
Hunger. Bang.
Yes, thank you. Very cool. Heavy Slab's a 3-8 KO. Not after leftovers. Dang it. Do we see a defog? We do not see a defog. So AM22 happy to play with these spikes, at least for now. There finally Ice Beam is clicked.
Packs, right?
And here, Togekiss reveals to be faster than Mew. And it's also Wish, so can keep the rest of the team healthy. Knock gets rid of the leftovers. Okay. We just go back to Mark. Wait, this doesn't have U-turn. It revealed all 4, I just realized. Defog, Knock, Stealth Rock, EQ. So Mew just forever walls it. That's great. Yeah, this is a long game, though. Like, damn.
Strap in.
Straps in.
Good boy.
Do a lot of switching here. Like, damn. Pex comes in. No helmet, so it's fine. You see SD here, like Loki? Like, yeah. Takes the Poison Jab, gets full poisoned, unfortunately. But Knockoff should kill this from here. So forces a sack of the Scrafty, but Inner Focus blocks the Intim at least. Do we see a double knock? Axel, no balls. This is so sad.
I don't think you need to. I think Knock kills after the spikes.
It does, but you can pivot back, right? Yeah, pivot back.
Yeah, I guess.
Gets the Axel that turn, though.
The goat.
Yep.
And that poison was unfortunate.
Himmers.
It would be fully like 60 right now.
Yeah. We'll switch to Zygarde on the Shadow Sneak. Was fair enough. Now, if this is Dragon Dance, you can go for it. If it's Toxic, you can go for it. It is Toxic. Catches the Lando. Puts it on a timer. This is good. And now Mew comes in. I feel like you could protect with Zygarde there. But the Togekiss switch maybe wouldn't have worked out as well, so. Now Steela comes in. Takes the Air Slash, threatening a Heavy Slam, which is going to get clicked. And now with Toxic, it's like actually a 3-8 KO on Lando. Takes the knockoff, though, which is surprising. You would expect the leftovers to be saved, especially when you have a full counter in Mew. Is Mew like weakened and I forgot? No, it's still healthy enough. Should have gone Mew there. Maybe anticipating a double to Aegis Slash was what he was doing. I don't know. I just work here.
AG died to hazards.
Oh, it does? Yeah, so Glop's just a moron. I hate
He's like
that.
stupid.
Yeah. Now, arrows onto the Togekiss, gets some chip as Trick comes out, so now it's Pyapa Berry instead of leftovers. I mean, I get it. We just Toxic to Smackdown Pokemon in Misty Terrain.
Twice, but yeah.
Ah. Alright. Hex comes in on the knockoff. And knockoff's Ice Beam were walled by Pex. But now Steela comes in, can just kind of leech here, get some health back. But we miss leech.
Right.
That's tough.
Hacks, bro. Just hacks.
Literally just hacks. It's not that hard.
Little.
We are awesome.
We are all retarded.
It can happen, bro.
Capital R.
Damn. Alright. Now Zyre comes in on Pex. Okay, catches the double. But it's just to switch back to Nihilego? I mean,
Losing a lot of HP to rocks.
yeah. Oh, to get rocks up, that makes sense. Now you have like Giga Hazard advantage.
But all of his
His
like
ties.
remaining useful guys are like in the air, so it's like
Yeah.
rough. Like the spikes aren't getting much.
Like the AG was already dead, bro.
Yeah.
I think it's just that the rocks now negate regen on Pex and chip the
Yeah.
line.
Yeah.
It was already like close enough, right?
Oh, and Lando doesn't get an entry anymore. Lando dies.
Yeah. Oh. I think this is
Yeah,
Choice Lottie, right?
He has to pull these doubles to get back
It's
in. But
predicted.
Oh, you checked, okay. Double, 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 double. Catches a sack with the double. Bang! But now Latios is just like too strong, right? Draco's just a kill.
yeah. Now you start losing mons.
Mm-hmm. Let's go Mark Plunder. Knock off, not quite a 2 KO. It doesn't matter anyways, you die. Power Gem, if this kills Loki, you get a beast boost and then sweep the game, you know? But it wasn't meant to be.
Wait, what did you say? You get a what?
Beast boost popping up in your town. Yep. And so AM22 managed to win this game, which is a big swing in the series. Because now what? It's 3-3. Uh-oh, we gotta lock in.
Okay, but it's post mids Jimmy G.
That is true. And it's
Undefeated.
undead. Undead sucks. And he's smelly. No hose.
And I heard he blew the bag.
He did blow the bag. Well, if
Did
he
he?
wins this game, he like guarantees tiebreak at least for his team. So
I know.
that's the bag he might be blowing. Alright. Got an Oras game here. Mega Stoice versus Mega Absol. Those for Protect at... Oh, no, this is regular Stoice. This is Mega Bayonet, actually. Kind of crazy. Okay, I switched to Jirachi, calling a double switch. Now, Secret Sword from Specs Keldeo is going to get parried by Body Slam. Booyah. Now, can't just U-turn. If stay in, we go Bayonet. If switch out, we go to, yeah, anything that's appropriate. Goes for a knockoff, gets some chip on the Klefki, removes the Rocky helmet. Is good. Now back to the Jirachi, but a good double into Keldeo. Rocks up as Secret Sword, just going to knock out the Jirachi. But now,
Great.
Thanos is in. And,
Thanos Supreme Computer, show me Thanos, the Sour Queen,
Yeah.
and Tomato.
They do have eject button slow roll, which will at least like prevent a KO. And now crit outrage Latios. Love to see that. Now because he locked outrage though, our Bayonet's able to shadow sneak for free. Can't switch there. Now Absol comes in. We go Blastoise on knockoff. That's full Fizz Def Rocky helmet. But Keldeo is still high enough HP that it can come in on Blastoise for free. It doesn't even free your burns anymore or toxic. It's actually really free. We go Roserade on that. A double to Torn, but just a U-turn. I mean, could have Hurricane there, I think. Would have been totally fine. But now Absol in again. Blastoise in. Now Slowbro in on the rest. Okay, Blastoise remains healthy. Bayonet finds the entry point, but Torn gonna double in. Is rocking the Foul Play, does knock out the Bayonet. Okay, fails to scout for that one, but now Weavile comes in, and Weavile is looking pretty good here. Goes for a return, knocks Cluffy down to about half HP. And now Roserade in, but again, a nice double to Torn from Undead. This time misses the Hurricane, misses another Hurricane. Booyah, we love to see that. And we Sleep Talk a Scald, showing a burn. Ah, never lucky. Misses a Hurricane on Weavile, I suppose. Then goes for Pursuit, gets it wrong. But now the Torn is guaranteed dead.
Still accomplishes killing it,
Yeah, but it costs all your HP to do it, which is pretty important. For like 1v1ing the Slowbro and stuff, and like Sucker Punch Absol.
Oh, is this the game with... Oh, yes, this is the game with the Blastoise.
Hey, spoilers.
What? I just said there's a Blastoise.
What's a spoiler, bro? What if there's somebody that like was blind? They don't know there's Blastoise.
Dude, I'm legit falling asleep in my chair. This is gonna be so sad. Ugh.
Are you committed to finishing finals today?
Yeah, we're gonna do it.
Okay.
Was this the game that showed for the million times that Mega Absol is like super ass? Yeah. He's so dicks.
I think it showed something else.
What's that?
Yeah, let's
We'll see
share with
later.
the class. Okay.
No spoilers.
Alright, Weavile comes in on the conditioned Slack Off, so now able to chip the Slowbro down into range of the Giga Drain later. Sure, fair enough. Now Cheerleader comes in. Cheerleader is Thanos. Giga Drains into the Klefki, should be able to just follow up with a move of any kind, really. Instead, Spike goes up, so we got double Hazard up against a Mega Absol team. Like, I can't do his job. Haha, loser. Another layer, because nobody switches there. Like, come on, let's be real. A Synthesis to get back up to full HP? Yo, another Spike would be crazy here. Don't do it to him. Oh, a switch to Blastoise. Okay, so we want to get the spin kill and play without hazards. Okay, rests up. This is interesting. We want to like be as healthy as possible, I suppose. Here, this Spike makes no sense. Hey, just spin. Yeah, just spin kill here. Bang! Knocks it out.
Big crit.
Sorry. Now Slowbro comes in looking for a healing opportunity, but we can just go hard Rose. The main problem is if Slowbro is high HP and gets a Calm Mind, which is not going to be the case. You can see Giga Drain does a lot of damage, but they crit Psyshock, which is like, bro, stop it. Get some help. And now it's Blastoise versus the world. Keldio's in. It is Para, but it is choice specs. We see Scald only does 12%. We go to Para. And then 12 to 15% is a crazy damage roll, by the way. But here, we go for another Scald, knock it out. Now it's Absol versus Blastoise. 38% Absol. Will die to any hit. Goes for a Sucker Punch, but Jimmy sees through that, goes for a rest. And now Knockoff only does 26%, so we need a crit immediately and like no good Sleep Talk rolls, but obviously Jimmy G, he don't roll that way. He gets it first try. And that's going to be Scovillains up 4-3, I think. And now we go into the final game. Berna versus Chess.
With this Thanos Z Mismagius team.
Yes. Let's get into it. Pidgeot leads off into the Mismagius, speak of the devil. There's a Hurricane, gonna do a lot of damage, but okay, gets a Confusion, but here's the Z. And it's actually Z, I think Thunder. And she's gonna Oko the Pidgeot. Bang!
Thunder, not Thunderbolt.
Now Nidoking comes in, but we have Roserade, but we get crit, so we're a little bit lower HP than we would have been otherwise, but still able to get the Sleep Powder off and now go for a Giga Drain as Chess pivots to the Celesteela, which is a good play for him, but we do have Technician HP Electric on this, so able to basically trade down Rose for Celesteela. Like, that's not a bad trade. Not at all. It opens up our Garchomp and our Clefable quite heavily. Now Lilligant comes in, goes for a Quiver Dance, but Garchomp can come in. Sleep Powder comes out. We are asleep. This is so sad. We hear another quiver dance as we wake up immediately, go for a dragon tail. Super greedy quiver dance there from Chess. Gets punished immediately. Granbull forced in, but we have a Clefable, so can just go to that, deny any progress from Granbull. Goes for an Ice Beam trying to catch like a Nidoking switch in, but doesn't quite work out that way. And now with full para on the board, like maybe wiser just to attack with a Clefable. Gets a parad. And so Clefable goes down to the play rough. But now Miss Mages comes in. Shadow Ball pretty free here. Gonna click it. 29 to Nido is kind of embarrassing. That's like fully split F Nidoking or something like that. And now rocks go up. But we crit the Nidoking. Hallelujah. It was probably Ayapapa. Here Shadow Ball gets a drop on Lilligant. We're getting pretty lucky here. But Giga Drain should knock us out either way, so not the end of the world for Chess. Now Zera comes in. And we're actually Scarf Zera, so we're able to outspeed Lilligant, no problem. Also would outspeed like Scarf Tarak and stuff like that.
I think the Zera outsped +2 Lilligant.
Sure, same thing. Misses our Iron Tail, which kind of sucks.
Hits that one though.
Yep. Brachion versus the World, but the World has a Garchomp and a CC Scarf Zeraora. I think we'll be okay. No.
So.
And down it goes. So Berna, with a game 8, clutches up in the series as we win 5-3, advancing to the finals. And now
Vamos Berna.
Vamos. Now we have the finals. Booyah.
Unfortunately, we don't have a Togekiss to lead and kill like 3.
Notice how Berna won and Sin of Wrath didn't? Yeah.
Hey.
We all noticed.
Yo, fuck you, TSP. Yo, go back
For
to
real, this guy's like a huge hater.
Keep leaking, bro. Have L 5.0 more leaks.
Literally. Wait, TSP, you just gonna take that? Yep, back at him, why don't you?
He just takes it. He's a good boy.
That's crazy. that guy's like 10 years older than you. I'm not joking either. Maybe more.
There's no age limit on being a good boy.
It's okay, I don't rely on my team to carry me. I can do stuff on my own. That's not how I remember it back in the BTD days. Okay. That was good. I'm gonna refill my water if you guys want to yap a little bit, be my guest.
Well, interesting news. Apparently there's so many PFL manager signups already that they're just gonna close them early tomorrow. Like as far as I can see, there's already like 14 captain cores that have added. Interesting. I know it's not DPL related, but in other team tour news, I guess. It's cool to see a lot of aspiring potential captains sign up.
I heard the Dark Indian magician Genesect.
Yeah, I did see that. Maybe soon these new aspiring captains can kick out some of the old guard like Legion Flames. Who knows?
Alright, I'm back. Low-key.
Welcome back, Wolfpack.
Low-key, I was up there getting my water. I was like, oh, a pizza sounds so good right now. I just want to eat a pizza and watch YouTube and do nothing.
I thought you were gonna say you could just like hop in bed and not come back to the stream and see what happens.
No,
just, like,
that would be nice too, but
dude, it's 4 p.m. You got so much time to eat a pizza and watch.
I know.
You got so much time.
Yeah, I got big plans coming up. Let me tell you.
You could even dabble in a few things called doing captain duties for your DCL team. If you get bored.
Yeah. All right, game 1 of the finals. We have myself versus Saint. Chill on me, bro. Chill on me. All right, so I'm again using this guard team in Oras. Again, Saint, he's using, yeah, you see it on the screen, Mega Medi, Gren. Kind of like a good combination because Gren is good versus offensive guys, Medi good versus defensive guys. You gotta cover all your bases. But yeah, my prep here, it's like a bulky Gardevoir. Once again, we have Wisp, Wish Protect, Hyper Voice. I expected Quillfish to be benched for Gourgeist, but it wasn't, which means my Scarf Rotom is Thanos Supreme. Like, this guy is literally God. Like, look at this matchup. Look at my Rotom. Okay, the only switch into Rotom that they have on their entire team is Registeel, and I have a Life Orb Modest Nidoking, so I'm totally chill with that.
You also have Shadow Ball.
It does have Shadow Ball. Yeah. It's there for the Gourgeist and, you know, an accurate strong hit into Medi. But yeah, my Crobat here is like Rocky Helmet, bulky with a little bit of attack. It's like Super Fang Taunt, or is it Super Fang? No, it's just Taunt. Taunt, Defog, Roost, Brave Bird. Scarf Rotom, like Max Modest, like it's really strong here. My Serp is like Thanos Supreme. It's like bulky, Leech Seed, Taunt, Leaf Storm. Which, if you look at it, I mean, it just wins, right? Really good stuff. And then my Aloe is like mixed defense with eject button, which is there to alleviate one time versus like a Specs Gren or a Mega Medicham, because I don't have strong switch-ins to either of them, but I can take the hit, eject out, and then like save a sack for later, basically. Because, yeah, I don't have a resist to Greninja Dark Pulse on my roster, besides, like, Honchkrow, which is not real. But yeah, let's get into the game. Hiker's X leads off the Quillfish. I'm super happy about this because going Donphan turn 1 on a Rotom is, like, super fake. So I get a very free Volt Switch onto Registeel into my Nidoking, and this is free rocks, as they say. Quillfish comes in. I'm a moron and I click Earth Power instead of rocks. Yeah.
Too bad. It was a misclick, don't worry.
Yeah. But I just go into my Crobat on the spikes and I can just go for a Brave Bird. Registeel comes in, but I can just taunt this. Then I get my Defog next turn. Like, no problem. I go for a Brave Bird. I should Defog. What am I doing?
Good question.
I probably Defog here, right? Oh, I don't Defog. I guess I don't want to defog into Thunderous Defiant, was my thought process. But now my Gardevoir comes in. On the nasty flop, my Gardevoir is like very Spadef to take this like +2 Sludge Wave and get the Hyper Voice off, big chip. But unfortunately, it's like Leftovers kind of bulky, which kind of messes up with my line here. Because usually what I would want to do is like Hyper Voice and then Revenge with Crobat. But because of Leftovers, I can't do that. So I have to go to my Rotom. But in the game, I like took a little bit of time, like real game time, to click this Rotom button. And this is a little bit of a bait, because like from his side, like my Rotom could very easily be like Assault Vest, max special attack. Like that's a pretty strong set into him as well, which I considered bringing. So in his mind, it could be like, hey, Crobat doesn't kill, he doesn't have like a Scarfer. Maybe he's just like using his AV Rotom to trade with this. So I just go for that T-Bolt, knock it out, bang. Hey, I'm Scarf, by the way. Yeah. Now Donphan comes in.
Masturbator.
Chill on me. I go into my Aloe, just like trying to. So at this point, I'm like, I don't really want to switch into Donphan like that. I could go Serp, but like it's a pretty free gunk shot for him if he wants to click it, or like Stone Edge. Like I don't want to play around with that too much. Now Crobat comes in, and I should just defog here. I taunt the Greninja coming in, and now I defog. Okay. And then this Dark Pulse reveals to be Choice Specs. And now I'm going to use my eject button, get out of this tricky situation, and bring in Thanos Supreme, the superior. And now I can just go for a Leaf Storm, and it's basically a kill. Registeel comes in, but I can just taunt this. No problem. And I go for a Leech. I miss, which is like kind of annoying.
Yeah,
But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter because like he has to sack something regardless, and I'm hitting up at full HP. Like I'd rather miss that one than like any other one. Yeah, back up to full. My Thanos Supreme's now +4. I live any hit from Specs Gren, even an Ice Beam. So he has to U-turn into Registeel. He dies to the Leaf Storm. This is awesome. And now back to Gren. I die to Ice Beam from this range though. So I'm going to save my Thanos Supreme, going to Aloe as like, I'm expecting an Ice Beam, right? But he makes a good play, goes for Dark Pulse. Maybe he doesn't even have Ice Beam. But here I'm going to use the regen pivot, and I'm going to use my Rotom HP on this interaction. Kind of alleviating the Dark Pulse pressure, and now forcing it out with a Volt Switch. But instead he goes into the Dawn Fan. Now here, it's like my switch to Aloe or Thanos is like really obvious. So I expected him to like double back, basically. But I didn't have the balls to call it here. I felt like I was in such a good position where I didn't need to make this play. I went Aloe, which is like something of a mid ground, right? Because Specs Gren doesn't kill me from here, and I can knock off the Specs, and then it's like much easier to deal with, right? I protect to scout the lock. I obviously clicking Dark Pulse, but just to make sure. I take the hit, knock off the Specs, and now it's like, okay, this is like probably my biggest mistake of the game, is going Crobat here. Probably should have just sacked. But I go to my Crobat because without the Specs, I can kind of roost on this thing. Even like a Hydro Pump is like, I can roost on that. But here he reveals Scald. I'm like, I can't play around with Burn like that, you know? So I just go for a Brave Bird. And I let my Crobat go down to get Chip on this Gren. But I didn't need Chip on the Gren, is the thing. And I kind of needed my Crobat. Because now Medicham is like hard to revenge. Like my revenge is like Serp, which is kind of weak, and my Scarf Rotom, which is strong, but it's not going to kill Medi from full. Yeah. So now Serp comes in. I go for a Leaf Storm. I get my +2. I'm like, okay, it's still fine because in this line I get my +2, and my EVs are in a way where I OHKO Medicham at +2. So he goes Medi. He goes for like a Fake Out here. Does 22. With my leftovers, I live the ensuing Bullet Punch. So I'm like, okay, I can just go for Leaf Storm. He's like max Spadef.
The fattest Medicham in the world.
Yeah. And so Drain Punch comes out and knocks out my Serp, but it's still okay because like I can go Rotom and like Hydro Pump guaranteed wins this game if I hit, right? Like, what are you gonna do? Go Dawn Fan on Hydro Pump? Like, probably not. So again, I think the position's like too good for me to lose. I click Shadow Ball here, just for like the guaranteed hit. Like I don't want to play around with misses. And I Shadow Ball into Max Spadef AV Dawn Fan. Now here
So
I can go Aloe. It's like not the end of the world. He doubles back like a beast, like he should, right? But here he goes for Fake Out. I don't want to protect because it opens up like HJK the next turn. But here he goes for Drain Punch. And at this point I'm thinking, okay, he's not HJK because you would have clicked it there, I think, if you had it. So I'm like, okay, my Aloe hard walls this Medicham. And this is awesome. And then he clicks High Jump Kick and misses. And I'm like, oh shit. So now I have a Wish in the air. Now here is another mistake from me. At this point, I should always just go Nidoking, 100%. Reason being, the only way my Nidoking dies is if he like Ice Punches or Zen Headbutts, at which point I can go my Rotom, and it's the same pin as before. Like Hydro Pump just wins the game on the spot. But I'm a moron, and I just jerk off with Aloe for like 50 turns in a row here, and I let him Drain Punch all the way back up to full. Now here he crits, which is unfortunate. I get the Protect off. Kind of like wastes a Wish PP there, not the end of the world. But crucially, like, he's getting so healthy here off of this. I hit the Wish in the air here. Go for a Protect. I don't know, like, I'm just kind of like waffling at this point. Here he goes for HJK on my Wish. At this point, I need like an HJK dodge at some point. I don't get it, so now I sacked my Nidoking just for a regen. So this point is like cooked. I go for a Sucker Punch, thinking like, maybe it'll do a lot and put it in range of Rotom, but Drain Punch means like it lives the Rotom hit. So yeah, now I go into Aloe. I go for a Scald at this point, just fishing for a burn. Donphan comes in. I do actually get the burn on this one, which is nice. Gets a crit on me, but no poison, crucially. So now I can protect. And at this point, the game comes down to, can I burn this Medicham with Scald? I get the Wish in the air, and now I can just go for a Scald. He fakes out, that's fine. Now here, there's a little bit of a dynamic where he doesn't want to HJK on any turn where I'm like high HP and can reasonably protect. So here he's going to Drain Punch as I go for a Wish, and now here he can't really HJK, right? He fakes out for no good reason. I could not explain that one if I tried. No burn. Okay, it's fine. He fakes out again. No burn. He Drain Punches. Crits me. No burn. HJK range. Doesn't click HJK. I wish. I protect. And he reveals Bullet Punch. And now HJK. Go for a Wish. At this point, I go for a Protect. Now here, it's like, I know he's going to HJK. I can't go Rotom, right? That's like a losing play. I go for the double Protect because if he hits himself, then it's like, okay, then I can like potentially do something with Rotom with Hydro Pump, because Hydro actually does do like 50% to this thing, but it wasn't meant to be. Yeah. Because now he has Fake Out, and Shadow Ball does 55, but it's not enough. So I end up choking like a completely dominant position in the finals. It really does feel bad, man. I think I played overall not too bad. This medi set was like really strong into the lines that I chose, but obviously, like, you look at this, it's walled by Crobat, it's walled by Nidoking. In hindsight, I definitely could have played differently, but I feel like this is like a low odds set, if that makes sense, where covering it, maybe I definitely shouldn't have sacked my Crobat, but like sacking my Nidoking, assuming Zen last, was reasonable, you know what I mean? But yeah, unfortunate. Shouldn't have sacked my Crobat, basically. Moral of the story. So we go on to game 2. This is Theo versus Habada, and it's going to be champions. Got Gren lead into the Rotom Mo. I believe this U-turn shows that this Gren is Choice Scarf, because otherwise you don't really stay in on Mo lead like that. Wisp does not connect.
It's also Scarf Mo, so it just shows it anyway.
Yeah. Now Nasty Plot goes for Shadow Ball onto our Garchomp switch in. And Garchomp just goes for a Fire Fang, gets some good chip on this Rotom, but the J. Ricky, Leaf Storm, and now Garchomp is dead on turn 4. Like, that's low-key like one of the best mons in the format, but alas. Now we go to Rotom. We go for a Trick, get our Trick Scarf out of there, and then we take a Volt Switch. But now Gren comes in, and we just go Slowbro, I suppose. Yeah, catch the U-turn. Now Gallade comes in, and like Shadow Claw is like really strong. They don't Mega to keep the sharpness, but we get the Toxic off. But now we kind of need to sack something, so it's gonna be Rotom-Mo, and the bulk up is clicked on the switch, which, to be fair, extra Toxic chip, we'll take it.
Now Theo, for the first time, Theo has lost 2 Mons by turn 9.
Yeah. But Aerodactyl can come in, dual Wing Beat should be able to revenge this. A double to Slowbro catches like the Corviknight switch and gets the regen. So Theo makes a nice read to get that regen turn all the way back up to full, and now back to Arrow on the U-turn. So blink and you'll miss it, the Slowbro's back up to full. And now he goes Stoice on the Greninja U-turn. And now what comes in? Rotom-Mo. Now we do have Slowbro at high HP, so can just go to it. on the Volt Switch, there's no longer the threat of like Nasty Plot Shadow Ball. And now sub Diggersby. We go for Toxic. This is not good. Regen out of there into the Umbreon as Habita just clicks Earthquake and does 47%, which is so much. So we're kind of forced to burn all of our Moonlights in this situation. 51, a high roll. This is sad. But leftovers, we are netting some HP at least. So Moonlight back up to near full. And now Skill Swap gets rid of the huge power, which does go through sub, and now our Umbreon can heal in peace. Right, because that next Earthquake is doing like 25. Clefable comes in, gets the rocks up, but our Blastoise is always able to spin on Clefable. I don't know if it's revealed in the set, in the game, but we are life due. So like we hard wall Clefable for life.
Bang.
Yeah, like the Clefable physically cannot break through our Blastoise ever. Now go for a Surf, get some chip on the Corviknight as U-turn comes out into the Rotom Mow, which is fair enough, like a little chip on both sides doesn't hurt. But now we just go Slowbro, totally fine, absorb that Volt Switch, totally regenerable. But now Diggersby comes in, and we just switch right back out in the Umbreon, it's full HP, able to take 2 Earthquakes, but we're pretty low on Moonlights. But thankfully, Haba throws us a bone, goes for Ice Punch for absolutely no reason, allows us to heal for free. And now we're able to double out to the Aerodactyl, expecting the Corviknight, and this allows our rocks to go up. And now some progress can finally start to be made. Greninja comes in, but it's taking rocks. You can just go Slowbro or Blastoise, either one. On the U-turn, goes Blastoise, that's fine. Now Corviknight comes in, takes rocks, but we can just go into our arrow, right? Because if you defog, we just rock right back up. We have pressure. So both sides have pressure, so our rocks will outlast the defogs. This is exactly how this team is designed to keep rocks up. Now Diggersby comes in, but we have Umbreon here still, and Ice Punch is kind of pressured for him to click, so pretty easy to just click that. Now Earthquake comes out as we foul play, bring this Diggersby very low, and I think he's just going to sack Umbreon, but Haba doesn't want to sack the Umbreon. Instead, it's going to go to Clefable, and folks, you're going to see something here. Umbreon is about to OHKO a Clefable. Are you ready? Bang! How did he do that? And now Umbreon doesn't have any Moonlights left, but Diggersby is on the field. You can get like a couple foul plays off. So like you're gonna like low-key win the 1v1. So Haba has to get out of there into the Gren, takes 31 from foul play and has to U-turn out. Meanwhile, lefties the whole time on Umbreon. Another foul play. Brings this Corviknight quite low, the J. Ricky though. What do? We just foul play, force a Roost? Yeah, because now Roost kind of is forced. We can go Blastoise and spin, yeah. Here's the spin, gets rid of the rocks. And now a U-turn, Haba doesn't even defog there, which I think is probably a mistake. Now Rotom has to come in on rocks and burn, and we have a G-Ro right there, able to absorb any hit. Back to Diggersby in here. Guys. Do you know the song Entry of the Gladiators?
No, I don't think I do.
Let me just pull it up real quick.
For me?
Um,
Can you sing it?
You'll recognize it immediately.
Oh, is this the whatever? Yeah.
This is the clown music, bro. And let's see, where are we?
Who needs the thing?
Wait. Okay, we sack our Umbreon. Oh, there we go. back to your regular music. Okay, that's the that's where we're at right now. I swear he's switching out. I need this sub. And now Diggersby, like the only like last like offensive threat really, is at 13%. So yeah, now we reveal taunt on arrow, so this Corviknight can't like roost on it, can't defog.
Also only has 2 EQs left, so
Yeah.
it's actually like close to not even being able to kill the Glowbro.
Yeah. Now you turn on Stoice into the Rotom-Mow, but again we have a Bro. Now Stoice is getting quite low. This is true. Now Gallade comes in for like a Shadow Claw angle. Could see like a hard Aerodactyl here. We do see a hard Aerodactyl on the Shadow Claw. Gets that play correct. Very good. This Gren has been so homeless this match, goddamn. You say that, but like the U-turn chip is like super adding up. This Blastoise like has only really switched into Gren, and it's at 35. It's about to do it again. Yeah, Night Slash comes out. This Stoice is gonna die, you know? So Gren finally breaks through the bulky water, but now Aerodactyl comes in. Now it's locked into Night Slash and not a water move. You can get that roost off. And now Corv comes in, but it was just a taunt. And you have to like U-turn into what? Into Gren? Sure, but like this is fine. Like, how are you beating Arrow? Second off, how are you beating Slowbro? That is 40. Embarrassing. Yeah, slack off. Regen up to full back to Arrow, because Arrow actually eats 2 Night Slashes as well. You can like kind of PP stall Night Slashes with pressure. Or just like go back to full basically. Do we roost again? We do roost again. And now it's just like a dual wing beat? Yeah. So high HP as possible on Arrow, full HP on Bro. Corv comes in. This is just a taunt here. But instead we roost. Because if Haba roosts, who cares, right? But if we roost on U-turn, the game ends. Mega Grand would have done it before turn 56, true. Yeah. We can just PP stall this guy, like Brave Bird recoil. Totally fine. 3 roosts left is kind of low, but you're gonna run out of Brave Birds eventually. I think before we run out of roosts. There's a taunt. Dual wing beat. Yeah, you're just gonna die as Corv. And now we actually roost on the Scarf Rotom-Mow because we're just faster. And yeah, like even if the Mow like killed our Arrow, our Bro is actually Shuka. Like that's why we stayed in all those turns on the subs. It's Shuka Bro, you know. So game was won anyways. Now we go on to game 3 with the series tied up. Fierce Flamethrower versus Impersonator. Alright. Let's get into it. It is Terra Fighting on the Hydrapple, Terra Steel on the Mismagius, Terra Dragon on the Duraludon. On our side, we have Terra Fire on the Hydrapple. Alright, let's get it.
Hey, don't forget normal.
Terra Normal on the Mousehold. Yes. My bad. Now we go into our Skarmory, which is Spadef, onto the Hydrapple, but I believe that's Choice Specs Terra Blast, which is a good bring because like our fighting resists are not good. So it's just a stealth rock up and die situation, unfortunately. Now our own Hydrapple comes in, should be able to 1v1 their Hydrapple in this situation. Yeah, 40% is so high. Draco does 65. They're going to switch out into their Toxapex as we pivot out into Rotom Wash. Good play. Now we trick away our Scarf into the Pex, probably expecting the Hydrapple to come in, but not the case. Now we just Volt Switch with Rocks up on Ogerpon. That's actually in pretty good progress. We go into Mousehold. And Mousehold can just kind of go for a Super Fang here, get something low. Instead T-Wave gets clicked, that's fine. Slows down the Corviknight. And now Super Fang into the J Ricky as Defog comes out. So it gets rid of our rocks that our Skarm put out. This is so sad. But now Taunt comes out. We could have taunted the Defog. Rotom comes in on the Pex, no problem. Catches a Corv instead. That's fine with us. Can just go for a Volt Switch. Instead of T-Wave comes out, we missed the Mismagius. That's unfortunate. We hit the next one though, onto the Hydrapple. So there's a chance here of no attack coming out. But instead they get the all-out Specs Fickle Beam into our Hydrapple. But we have our cover, so not the end of the world. As Pex comes in and T-Spikes goes up, which is the end of the world. We get a nice Volt Switch though on Hydrapple into our own. Yeah, should be able to just Draco here. Instead we Nasty Plot as Ogerpon comes in threatening the Encore, which she does go for. Now we go for a Super Fang, but Ogerpon can't just kill our freaking guy. Weavile comes out now with the Ogerpon weak and the Corviknight weak. Swords Dance is a real threat, but instead Toxpex comes in. It absorbs that Axle, I believe, or Choice Bandit actually, from that damage. Yep. But now Rotom free switch, can go for a Volt Switch. Ogerpon comes in. It just feels like Fierce is like dealing with the offensive threats like too easily, right? Hex comes in on the triple axle once more. He's just getting every turn right. Another triple axle as a lunge comes out. Bingo board. Eject button is used on the Rotom Wash into the Garchomp. We go for a Scale Shot. Catches Duraludon switch. Can go for an Earthquake here, but chooses not to. Draco, another Nasty Plot on the Ogerpon. That's what I'm saying, like Fierce is getting every play. Knockoffs the Weavile. Knockoffs the Chomp. Scale Shot. And now Hydrapple's in, we need like a full para. Instead an all out. Like, it's literally just cooked, bro. Now the thing is, our Hydrapple can still do something, right? With the Ogerpon down, we get a full pair here, which we do. Now, something can happen here. We go for a Terra Blast on the switch to Corv. Okay. The Hydrapple's cooking. Mismagius comes in, goes for a Destiny Bond, and we fall for the bait. Everything's just going right for this guy. I hate him. And now, Chomp in, and it's Scarf Duraludon, because of course it is. Like, fuck me, dude. Yeah, and that's gonna be game 3. Big Dog's up 2-1, and now we go into game 4, which is Genesect versus Fagos. I'm just gonna play the game. This one speaks for itself, dude. Greninja into Garchomp. Great lead.
Wait. We got past the lead. Genesect is unleashed now.
He's unleashed.
This is gonna be interesting. Yeah.
It's like
Grass Nuts the Feraligatr like an absolute beast.
I'm liking this unleashed Genesect here.
Yeah,
this is going great so far.
How did he do that? Pawn D5. He had his first move preloaded. You saw that?
Yeah, literally.
U-turns into Impregnators, the Arcanine.
Okay.
And who is dying? Like low
Yeah,
key.
who's getting
And that Garchomp's coming in, but yeah.
Chomp is okay.
44. That's a one-time switch in. Now Crook comes in to potentially trade rocks, although there is a Hatterene on the other side, so double hazard up. Do we rock up here? We knock off expecting Hat as itemless Rotom comes in, but we just rock on that instead. Now Glopasect, the hell? We miss our Gunk Shot, the first of many things, but Overheat miss is the same thing. All good. Crit Overheat probably didn't matter. But now Greninja comes in and like can just kind of click Surf or Hydro Pump here. Hydro Pump gonna land a little bit to the left, unfortunate on this Hatterene.
Or goes.
Yeah, but can U-turn, get some chip, going to Scizor on what? Like a Nuzzle? A Healing Wish. So that brings back the Feraligatr. Yeah.
Into the Gator, okay.
And now Gator gonna go, or actually slower than our guy, is gonna go for like a Swords Dance, right? Yeah, Swords Dance as we go into our Sylveon, but Hey, we got that
Wow.
Scarf Sylveon on deck.
That's
Bang.
definitely showing by Mega for Alligator, who I
Yeah.
was hearing get hyped up a bit.
They got.
Mhm.
We just saw Mon get sacked
Took-
twice. Use 0%.
Died once to Grass Knot, did nothing.
Yeah.
Made Hatterene healing wish it from full,
hmm
and then did nothing and died.
Forces the Roost, gets Impregnators in for free, and now that Garchomp is
Masterful
like,
play by Genesect.
That's
Oh
the
my
first
God, the
time that
overheats.
sentence has ever
how did
been
he do
said.
that?
Wait, he must have learned that from Agency's famous overheat gouging,
Gouging fire, yep.
Yep.
Taking notes
No,
here.
not the Mickey Zillion.
Okay, Hydro Pump is a kill here. Knocks out the Garchomp. Big stuff. Now Stoice comes
No
in.
rock
We do
resist
have Grass
anymore.
Knot though. Just gonna click it as Stoice takes half. The J Ricky does pop, but Shell Smash. Now the Blastoise at +2. Gonna just sack our Scizor, which is definitely the move, right? There's Rotom Heat and Scizor in the back. Now Serperior comes in.
Oh, you would have liked to think that would have killed the Blastoise there.
Yeah, I would love to think that. And that's gonna be the game.
How much HP was on the last two guys? Oh my god, that is so much.
They all would have died to Arcanine.
I think the Impregnator was gonna impregnate some of the
Yeah.
ones.
They're just a complete robbery, is what it is. And we're down 3-1. And then now we have
Yo,
Burna versus Slick Panther. Booyah! Let's get into this one. So Garchomp gonna lead off into Slowbro. Good lead from Slick. And now we swap out into Gyarados, trying to absorb like an Ice Beam, but a Future Sight goes up instead. So now Coco comes in on the Hurricane, aimed at sniping the Tangela, but Slick just heads up play there. Now Mega Evolves immediately on the U-turn Coco into the Tangela, catches an Earthquake, but we do have the Hurricane, so has to be careful about this. Absorbs the Future Sight, no problem. But now a double to Rose. Now here,
My god. Yeah.
this Psychic is like a roll in our favor.
Right? It's a 50-50.
What, I can say it's in our favor, no one will know. Just chill. But so the
It's like a
idea is
1% roll.
this only kills if it's Life Orb, which it did end up being Life Orb, but a lot of them were Z move in tests. So like our Roserite could have lived there, and trading HP into this is actually super valuable. So like a
Was it
measured
like Scarf or
risk.
something?
No, it's like just I think 3 attacks, spikes or something like that. But regardless, like taking that trade was like a measured risk. Didn't pan out, of course. But now our
Oh wait,
Garchomp
no, I'm
comes in.
stupid. I thought you switched in, but you were already in. the
No,
field.
we were already in. Garchomp comes in, free rocks, bang. But now Gyarados comes in on the Slowbro, which is fine. Future Sight goes up in the air again. But now Tangela comes in on what I presume to be a Crunch, but it's an Earthquake instead, trying to call out the Coco. Now Hurricane connects into the Tangela as Giga Drain comes out, a critical hit. Love to see that. And now like Tangela's in range, so probably gonna switch out here into the Slowbro. Goes for an Earthquake, trying to catch a switch to like Coco or something, but now, yeah. I mean, this is the same situation we were in before, so Tangela probably wants to switch out again. But Hurricane clicked again. Now Clefable comes in, trying to maybe take advantage of the Tangela that keeps coming in, but instead Coco comes in. We have Chomp here, defogs away the hazards, but we can set them right back up, or go for an Earthquake, but Rocks Up is going to be the click. Now Miss Mages comes in on the Slowbro Ice Beam, which is totally fine. Goes for a Shadow Ball, big 42, this is Spadef Slowbro, and Psyshock does so much, like this is AV actually. That's what it is. So Miss Mages actually trades into this and doesn't even end up with a kill, which is kind of sad. Now Zoroark comes in, there's a full HP Nidoqueen. Knockoff only does 34%, gets rid of the Super Berry though. And actually with that damage, it's actually in range of our Z Breakneck Blitz. Crit did not matter at 60%. But now, Tangle's in, can go for a Giga Drain. We just sack our Gyarados, get a free switch to Clefable. Now our Clefable is going to go for, what is this? A Cosmic Power. So this is our win condition, right? Goes for another Cosmic Power. Now we're +2/+2. And
Does
they
nothing
just
get
have Encore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, of course, Chomp comes in on Psychic. Not quite a 2-hit KO. But there's a Tangela. There's a Slowbro. So double to Clefable. And now I switch to Coco as we Cosmic again, I want to say? Yeah, so now we're +1, at least. Wild Charge Coco, though, is going to do like quite a lot as we Moonblast. And this is going to be like Choice Band Terrakion range, which I believe they are that set. Oh no, they're Z. Same thing. We're in range of that. So Burnett scouts the Z into Garchomp, or like absorbs it. Now Terrakion switches here, but maybe anticipating being slower than Garchomp? I'm not too sure. But regardless, now it's Clefable versus Tangela. Goes for a Soft Boiled as Knockoff gets clicked, gets rid of our Life Orb. And now, I mean, Fire Blast comes out onto the Slowbro. We can go for a Cosmic. As long as they don't go into Raichu, it's like not the end of the world, right? Psyshock, critical hits. And now like we're like really forced to Soft Boiled because the Future Sight's gonna hit. And now they can Encore into Soft Boiled if they want. So we make the play into Zeraora, and they call the switch with Psychic. Like, this is tough. Good play from Slick. Knockoff is going to knock it out, though, and now Terrakion comes in. But Terrakion can go for a quick attack, and Clefable at 55. Stone Edge should be enough to knock it out, and there it is. Yeah. I believe that was... This is what, 4-1 now is the record? So one more loss and we're out of the tournament in finals. This is
and we have to face on GG's. It's
yeah. So this is game 6. We have Jimmy G versus Draw. And let's get into it. Skarmory into Kecleon, so good lead for Jimmy. Can't just go for a Toxic immediately as Fire Blast from Protean Kecleon comes out. Does 61 to Skarm, but the Toxic is out. We go for a Roost, saying you're not going to hit all of them. Bang. Racking up some Toxic Chip, and now into the Aromatisse as rocks go up. So now Draw has the hazard advantage, but Aromatisse is in. Lefkey, though, a pretty safe answer to it. Now Reflect is up. We reveal Light Clay with the Gourgeist Frisk, and now Roserade is in. Roserade is ready to attack something, but instead we're going to go for a Spike. Trading some hazards here, and Sleep Powder, but it's Safety Goggles Klefki. But it's Foul Play, so like it doesn't beat Roserade anyways. So who cares? Max layers. Now Garchomp comes in on the Foul Play. Reflect is still up, so no problem. We have Rocky Helmet Chip, and probably just gonna Earthquake here or Rocks. So yeah, we do Rocks. Now Earthquake? Kecleon's just gonna be the sack of choice. Yeah, okay, down goes Kecleon. But now what? Latios, or I guess Lando can come in. But we just Toxic this, but they dodge, unfortunately. Yeah, we just go for a Draco Suicide. Down goes our Garchomp, but now Skarmory can come in. Here's a Smackdown, so able to be hit by Earthquake next turn, but a Whirlwind instead. Now Latias in, goes for the T-Bolt, knocks out our Skarmory. Now we're playing with max layers on both sides. It's going to be a quick one. Aromatisse in, but it's Calm Mind Lottie. So Light Clay, Light Screen is going to at least slow it down with a Wish in the air as we go into our Golurk, which ends up eating a Shadow Ball, but with a Wish in the air, it's able to recover this off, but they get a drop, which is kind of annoying, but they're still forced out anyways. Klefki comes in on the Shadow Punch, goes down. Now Gourgeist is in. Threatening a Will-O-Wisp. First the AV, but they already knew that from the calc. Roserade, going to be the one to enter the field on this Will-O-Wisp, able to absorb that with the Natural Cure potentially. Now Landorus comes in. Do we call that with like a move that kills it? No, we go for a Shadow Ball. This is sad. But we actually outspeed, so it's okay. Bang. Now Lottie in to claim a kill. Probably just going to be Roserade. Goes down to a Psyshock.
Firstly, the life stream's gone now.
Yeah. Now Golurk comes in. Should be able to eat the hit, but it's actually Psyshock. Which goes around our AV and we just died to that, unfortunately. Now Aromatisse comes in, it's gonna die to Psyshock. But last spawn Raikou could potentially do something. We are Calm Mind Rest Chestoberry with Bolt Beam coverage. Go for Calm Mind. Psyshock is doing a lot though. Go for a Rest. They just Psyshock. It's a 2-hit KO. This is so sad. Really good Psyshock bring from draw. Like, you see it like snipes our AV Golurk and our Calm Mind Raikou. And that's going to be the big dogs winning DPL Season 10. The first time the 1 seed has ever won the tournament, by the way. So they break the curse. Honestly, they deserved it. They did out-prep us this series, but I definitely feel like some of it was our own doing, but is what it is. There is one other game they played afterwards. This is Reverse Tracebacks versus Lax. I'll just play this while we talk about how the season went, right, for the Scovillains. Overall, the tournament was a success, right? We made finals. That's not nothing, right? We had a really bad start into a fantastic post-mids run. Like, we got 8-0'd by Judgment Day into 7-1 by Huge Power, and we still managed to come back from that. Like, a lot of teams would just give up and like it's over, you know, but we persevered. We had some really good stuff post mids, like especially Berna and Jimmy G piped up, and we just started winning more. We won every series 5-3 up until the finals, which is like insane. We ended up getting like the second seed overall after like such a poor start. Honestly, proud of my team for doing that. Really good accomplishment there. Some shout outs on who was like particularly good this season. Huge shout out to Berna, right? Berna, like activity carry, able to help a lot of matchups, does well in his own games as well. Like such a great teammate. High praise for him. Jimmy post mids, like he definitely had some plot armor moments in some of his games, but hard worker, got his dubs. Reverse Tracebacks you're seeing on the screen, this guy took down quite a few like strong players. Like he's about to just beat Lax like very convincingly in this game. He put in a ton of work, especially in the playoffs. So I wanted to give a shout out to him. He's actually undrafted in DCL, and I don't know if he's signing up for DFL, but if he is, like definitely pick this guy up. He's very good.
I joined the Scovillain server in the finals, and I saw this guy worked really hard, and as you can see, he beat Lax. So if he signs up for DFL and you're a DFL captain, you should consider this guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. I want to shout out Zooch as well. This guy went winless for us, and then
hey, filled out that bingo board square.
Yeah. The bingo was filled. He was like pretty good prep support though, all things considered. Like he didn't expect to play much, didn't play much, but like he was always there helping the team. A huge shout out for Killer of Impersonators. That guy is like genuinely Thanos. He beat Agency, he beat Genius X. Like such a great season from the guy, and this was like coming off the bench a couple times as a sub when like, you know, stuff happened for Violet River and we needed someone to come in. He was our hero, you know, knight in shining armor. I mean, huge shout outs to him. But of course, I mean, the Glopper, right? 53 shaped belly. I mean, I think it's too much to pay for anyone, but if you're gonna pay that much, it's gonna be Glop, right? Great prep support whenever he was called upon, like shouting reverse but not picking him up despite being a captain. I mean, it just wasn't what we needed at the end of the draft. Like, it is what it is. Like, but like Glop, such a great teammate. I know he's taking a break right now for DCL, but like genuinely, probably my favorite person to work with out of all of Draft League.
I'll
like
play
great friend
Overwatch
too.
early in the season.
Yeah.
But make sure he stays focused on tasks.
Yeah. Just huge shout outs to pretty much my whole team. And yeah, I'm just gonna have the rest of this game play out, and yeah.
To add on to the
Terrible
winning
Ana. Yeah.
our finishing with the amount of points we did and making it to finals, we had one more win than the minimum amount of wins to get there.
Yeah. There was like no waste,
Yeah.
right?
One more win than the bottom team, by the way.
Hmm.
No, we had less wins and we had less game wins in the regular season than the 8th seed.
No, we
I
had
think
one
you guys
more.
edged us out by
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Did we? I thought we had 23. You guys had 24.
It was like almost extremely funny, but it's just
Yeah.
like really funny instead.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. We did. We did end up having one more.
Hmm. By the way, you see this Quaquavel set? That's the glopper at work. Like, a guy like me
Literally.
never coming up with that shit.
That's a funny
Okay.
ass set, yeah.
That's pretty much it for me. I guess we can look at DCL rosters real quick.
Yeah, there's no like actual doc yet, but maybe we can find
Yeah.
like
I
some
have.
people made some screenshots.
Do you have that screenshot that's floating around?
I think Clive sent one. Let me-
Alright, here we go. Let me get my
All right.
dimensions good.
So
Is that on screen? Almost.
yeah. Wait,
That
I'm
should
watching
do it.
wrong. Yeah.
That's good enough.
Yeah. So these are the rosters for DCL, which immediately is starting after DPL. Awesome. So a lot of
Currently in the
important
drafting
players.
phase right now.
Yeah, a lot of important players are actually taking a break. Key ones being Glop, 100p, Nim, who else? Addy,
Brat.
Gypsy, Zazo. Who else? I'm probably forgetting some people, but there's a lot of really fantastic players that are not playing this. So
Well, what's interesting is Addy is captaining, but she's not in the player pool, which
Yeah,
is like
yeah.
notable for Swish.
Isn't in the player pool. Draws again.
keep in mind the last several
Yeah.
teams I ranked number 1 have all sucked ass. So keep that in mind.
Wait,
Yeah, yo.
who did you rank one for?
I said Espada was good, which I stand by. That roster's actually sick. It's crazy how they lost so many games. Like, what the fuck? And then who else did I say was good?
Well, I think it was Huge Power and Judgment Day top 2, and both went to the
Yeah,
playoffs.
yeah.
But hey, those are the two teams that smashed us, though.
Yeah, we lost to them,
Right,
so
fuck it. I think you should rate ZFG and Tacticians at the top now.
I think I have to, right? But okay, left to right, Trick of Eye, I feel like this roster is on the weaker side, but it's also better than Trick of Eye has drafted in the past, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I feel like this is a better draft than our TPL draft. You know,
100%.
like we don't have
Mhm.
Wyatt won the bum taking up so many points, among other things.
Literally.
Yeah, like who is spending 16.5k on Wyatt?
Yeah,
This
I think they learned
guy. Aye,
their
aye.
lesson after that one. I think.
Yeah. I know, like mid-season, LeJohn was like, "You've made an enemy of me." So funny. But okay, they have Jimmy G for 3.5k, pretty good steal.
I think Toxic as their like main big pickup makes sense. Like I've heard
Yeah,
that he
it does.
can work hard and help out like multiple
Mhm.
slots.
He's
and
like
obviously he just came off a crazy DPL.
100% Kenny. Yeah, I agree. Toxic was like, in my opinion, the best player on the board. So him going for the most expensive price does check out.
Yeah, makes sense.
Right. He's gonna be like the best swish in slot in this tournament, right? So
Yeah, the Swish
23k.
pool, especially much weaker in this tour, right? A lot of the notable players sitting out
Yeah.
are like the typical Swish players.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, the gauntlet has fallen, as they say.
It's gonna be interesting to see like the guys that don't play Switch as much, like Fleck, like
Hmm.
this is maybe is he Zing Swish more?
yeah, I think we're gonna
Yeah.
see some stuff like agency Swish and
I
like
heard that was gonna be the case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rumors of agency Swish.
Okay, Kenny, you will not believe this. So actually, I should probably not leak.
What,
Probably
screenshot?
shouldn't. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I have acquired some intel that
Let's just say that on some teams, it's not the like expensive players that get to draft their
There
teams,
may
you know?
be a dictatorship.
but that's neither here nor there. I think
Let's just say
their
there's someone on the
SV.
team with a veto power that maybe shouldn't have one.
All right, but
speak
that's
from
okay. That's
experience.
okay. Looking at
we
their
may have-
champions, right? Their champions is on the weaker side. Like, who is supposed to play champions for this team? It's probably Lejon.
I heard that VK guy is like did well in some champions thing. I don't know what it was, but
Okay, but then
I
we're gonna
heard
put,
that unless
we're
I
gonna
heard
put-
wrong.
We're gonna put God Lejon. That's
Mhm.
his tier, bro.
Well,
Sure.
he can play everything.
I'm
right?
expecting VK to be their SV alongside Fierce and like maybe Rage, maybe Ornn, maybe Halu.
Isn't Banana Crazy ESV?
Banana Crazy is
He's
VGC,
crazy,
right?
alright.
Oh, maybe.
But yeah,
Oh, yes.
I think
I know, I feel like this-
crazy,
this-
isn't that like a guy called Piranha Plant or something, and he plays VGC, or unless
Is this
someone else
Plant?
is that guy.
It is, yes.
yeah.
yes,
So
yes, yes.
they have pretty reasonable VGC then. You discuss the drafts for DCL when they're finished. I don't know. Probably not, to be honest. Like you'll get to know the drafts through the weekly watch parties, right? We can go over like what this draft's supposed to do, like how it works, like as it's happening, you know, and you get to see it in action. It's like, I think that's just a better way to do it. But yeah, I think their SV is like, they have a few good SV players, but nothing like Super Thanos, right? Fierce had a great DPL, but I think part of that was his draft that he was using is just Thanos Supreme. So be interested to see if he can get like a similar power level of drafts this time around. I think they lack a little bit of depth as well. Like you can definitely like see like a starting roster of 8 is gonna have a few like question marks in it, where like you're not sure if they're gonna be able to like, put up consistent results. That's just the way I see it. ZFG, I think this is one of the stronger rosters. A complete shoe-in for playoffs, as they say.
The best team in the tour, I think. Like, I think they're just gonna win it all, right? Like,
I actually don't
Okay,
think they're
but-
the best.
Did you
Not even
not-
counting my own, right?
Did you
well,
not?
I'm just trying to like, I'm just trying to curse them, you know? Like,
Oh yeah, of
actually-
course. I'm totally down to curse them. But you have Genius and K-Crick, which is like on paper the best duo you can get in terms of play skill and like prep support. Like these guys are like the goats of draft. They got Lax for 20k, which from what I heard, like Lax wasn't super locked in right now.
I think that's a price tag.
And
I'm
no,
pretty sure.
Lack
No,
Lax
I don't think it is.
also Lack
Yeah.
locked out of SV, and it was also said after the auction.
hmm
Not
Well, yeah, like, I mean, being locked out of SV is already like a big thing, right? Because
Yeah, that's
I
what
guess
he's
that's
known
what he's most
for,
known for.
right?
Yeah.
But he's a good player. Like he'll be fine. Undead
Yeah.
for 14k, I feel like in this day and age is a little bit of an overpay. He hasn't performed super well in the past few years.
To be fair though, I think like doesn't he perform better with K-Crick? Like, aren't they like best
yeah,
friends?
Yeah.
Daddy's here, you know.
Yeah. Daddy can whip him into shape.
It's kind of like me and you,
I
right?
can fix her.
Yeah.
I can fix her.
A No Name is like an Oras Smogon god. Apparently, like the best Smogon player right now, just like in general. So he's been popping off. So it makes sense that he's like on the more expensive side. C as well, like more of a Smogon player, but has ventured into draft successfully recently. I think she's looking at playing VGC this season, although maybe not. I don't know. I don't know what the
I think
situation
it
is there.
I think it would have been S. I might be LARPing though.
We could
The
all be
King
LARPing.
is a player known as who like used to be a great teammate and like amazing player, but like the past year he's kind of like gone down.
He's
the dark
devolved
side and
into
now-
like
yeah, he like
LARP maxing.
I don't know if you guys heard of the
moron.
mod like Pokemon Potarded from Pokemon Clover, like just to like give you a picture. Yeah, like the stuff that this guy's saying lately it does not bode well. But you know,
Yeah.
maybe the old who will peek his head through.
So then you have like a bunch of Minbits, Ezra, ID Cup, RK, and Terakusai. RK I know is going to be Thanos for these guys. The other three I'm not convinced, right? Terakusai is someone we scouted and like decided we didn't want him basically. So that'll be interesting to see if ZFG can get some value out of him.
We've noticed like there was one of those like smoke like announcements in the Smogon server, like VGC top 4 for like some VGC thing,
Mhm.
and I noticed like Terry Kusai was in it, I think. So
Yeah.
probably
Yeah,
decent
Terry
at
Kusai's the
VGC or
one.
something.
I mean, are all the other 3 in it? I know 2 of the other.
I think
Yeah,
one
our
of them
player Duck
is
Pond is in there as well.
Duck Pond, yeah.
One of them is.
I think Kyle as well. I think
Yeah, Kyle.
Yeah, Kyle.
I forget the fourth.
Kyle on Terry Kusai. It's like IIWFM.
Yeah, rip
Oh,
whoever
yeah.
the fourth guy is.
Yeah.
But anyways,
IIW.
yeah. So basically, the CFG roster should go 7-0, undefeated.
Every single one of them. Every single one that plays 7-0.
Yeah, probably, right?
8-0 every week.
Yeah.
Just give up after week 7. There's not even playoffs.
Mm-hmm. All right. Ancient Tacticians. This is a captain core that I would be like pretty happy about if I were their players. Low QP, famous for like cooking up some insane heat, and Haba, like he has his style. he hasn't had like a great season recently, Haba, but he has like been winning through like prep support. Like that's where his strength is helping his teammates succeed.
Yeah, shout out to Lokipi as well. Like he's really good at like bringing up activity in the server. You know, like getting people to join the VC and like just participate more. So that's
I
also
heard
gonna
their VC is a little
help out.
bit dead, which is unfortunate for him.
Yeah, they
so we
drafted
might
a
be
lot
hanging
of
out in the Flex Appeal
Mogon
VCs
guys.
again.
Yeah,
But that's okay. So Blidius is like their like big ticket player. That's gonna be like their Oras, right? So probably like one of the best Oras in pool, which makes sense. And then you have Nat, My Java. These are Smogon players who are like Nat particularly. Her like skill set should in theory translate to draft very comfortably, kind of like C, where like they're both known for their building within Smogon. Like they're always coming up with creative ways to win. And so you saw it translate to draft for C. You're probably going to see a similar thing for Nat. Like from right here, Nat is super motivated to learn draft, get really good at it. So that's a great pickup in my opinion. 13k is a little bit steep for someone who hasn't really played draft before, but if anyone, it's probably Nat, right? A Wombo for 9k, right? A Wombo, like there's definitely potential there for 9k. I think that's a pretty decent punt. A Drudagoner for their VGC slot alongside Trace. Like Trace for 6.5 is probably a steal in this this auction pool. But also like the thing is, if you think about it, like you can only start one VGC at a time. So their VGC slots are worth 13k.
true.
So realistically, if you wanted to say Trace plus a 3k support guy, that's 9k for Trace. Or like
Fair.
10k for Trace, which is like more in line with what they went for in other auctions. So like it's not like they got a deal here. You know what I mean? Maybe like the support is better
That is
quality,
fair.
but
Yeah.
you can only start one of them.
I'll also observe that with Drudagoner, that was their last pick of the auction, and they happened to have an extra 3.5k, and they just threw it all on Esther because they just didn't want another player.
Sure, why not? Then you have Hedja, Rob Jr., Benja Boy. These are players that like have had good seasons in the past, but not super consistent, right?
Benja is
I mean, like
and
for the three
Benja is
cheapest players of the
Thanos, yes.
team, I feel like that's a pretty good like
That's not
three
bad, yeah.
cheapest players to get. Right?
It's not a bad bench. Like
Yeah.
a little bit of depth there
Especially-
doesn't hurt.
I've teamed with Hedja in like kind of like a maybe like not even like D tier tour, maybe like G tier or something, and like he's like
Keep going down the
pretty
alphabet.
like active and good support. So like
Mhm.
I think that he's a great pickup.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
good at building and stuff, drafting.
Yeah, we got Primal Ascension with myself and Kaz buying in, draw as support. I think we're one of the strong captain cores, so I'm happy about that. We got Yurdunk for 18k. This guy has been popping off, like MVP
Yeah.
of World Cup. He's won the Draft World Cup as well. He's winning record in DPL. I think he played in DWL. I forget how well he did, but I think he did well.
He's been
Basically,
doing well with some really cool
He
mons,
just
right?
be winning. Like he's
I
allergic
think like
to
he
losing at this
invented
point.
Hydraffle and Mousehold and like
Yeah, like-
Sandy Shocks. Yeah.
Every season he finds something to innovate in like a 5-year-old meta, which is like pretty impressive.
hmm
So that's cool. We got Theo next up to cover our Swish. So that's like, I think, top 2 in the pool in Swish alongside Toxic. So he should be farming this like relatively weaker Swish pool. And then we have the best champions players, Fagos and Vergi from DPL. So very happy about that. Honestly, we got them by accident. We were just kind of up bidding and be like, hey, if we get them for this cheap, hell yeah. And we end up getting them for this cheap. Like, hell yeah.
We have the only 2 players in the pool. Like, we have both of them that beat Genesect, which is like insane.
Yeah.
So
True.
The only 2 in the pool that did
Yeah,
it.
I mean, no one else can do
the only
it.
2 in the whole pool. Yeah, in champions at least.
In DPL.
Your dunk
Yeah.
is super OP right now, like unemployed, not in school. This guy literally lives and breathes Mons these days.
That's what I like.
That's
to hear.
exactly what I need on my
we
team,
need
bro.
Good activity on the team.
Speaking of activity, Void of Darkness. This was our like end of the auction kind of pickup for our SV slots, right? Void, great player. We've seen him like do quite well in like DPL recently, DCL.
DWL, he did well.
Or was it DWL? Yeah, something like that. Yeah, he's just been winning. Made finals in the circuit, right? And he played pretty well
Got
there.
hacked by K-Crate,
Got
right?
hacked by
Something
K.
like
This guy
that.
should have a custom, but
Yeah.
we're gonna get him his custom this way. Booyah! Wait, was that tough?
Very active.
That was kind of tough,
Like,
right?
I mean, I'm on the team too. Like, we haven't got to me yet, but Void has been like super active so far in the drafting phase, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got Hoodles, mostly for support. I feel like his support is like really like a cut above the rest of like the support pool, as well as like once you put him into the game, like he's gonna find like lines that are advantageous for him.
Yeah,
Like,
he's also
really
like,
good at like the prep.
he's an AI prompt demon as well. If we ever
Yeah,
need like new
true.
logos or anything, like
Yep,
maybe
yep.
like some ChatGPT pastes.
Yeah, he was like our last pick of the auction, so we just threw all of our money at him. But yeah, Ramza B. I hate this guy. Wait, this is Wyatt?
Same.
I love this guy.
Why did
Okay.
So
why did
5.5k for Wyatt. I think the market has corrected itself a little bit. Maybe even a little bit underpaid once more. Like in DWL, you were 3k Thanos, and then we went to DPL, and you're like 16.5k expected to carry a
Yeah,
slot.
that's too much.
Yeah, probably not,
that's
right?
A bit too much.
But you'll get there. You'll get there. But you for 50 or 5,500, hell yeah! I was actually super happy when this happened. We got Vergi for 3.5k. Loki, we were just kind of up bidding because he's good and shouldn't go for 3k at this point. And they're like, have him. We're like, sure. Absolutely, bro. And then
I mean, I'll take Virgie. He's active. He did well in the EPL champs.
then we have Duck Pond, which is a scout for VGC. Kaz was actually super on top of things scouting for our VGC slot, and we ended up arriving at Duck Pond.
Thanos?
Yep, that's Thanos right there. And I can tell like we're gonna work well together because the way he sees VGC is kind of a similar way that I see VGC. I will not elaborate too much, but I think we see the game similarly. So it'll be like
Cool.
one of the things where helping him prep, it's gonna be harmonious. Ooh yeah.
Is that what you meant by seeing the game similarly?
No.
Okay.
I think it is. I think it is.
But and then our
Everyone
last
We're
pickup.
going right now.
I think Virgie has it right in the chat. Isn't the way you see VGC just as an excuse
is,
to down
it is.
100 nuggets?
Yes.
Literally.
But yeah. And then our last pick is gonna be Jason, Diet Tight. So this is a guy who's like he's like fringe, like getting drafted but hasn't gotten drafted yet. But I know he's like super motivated, will be great support, is able to slot VGC if we need to, is able to slot SV if we need to, and those are the two tiers that we're like mostly looking at getting like at this point in the auction. So I think he's a great 3k pickup. He's also good
He's
friends
all-
with Kaz and myself, so
He's his child.
yeah.
He's
That's
not
our
like
team. We're Thanos, obviously. A Punk and Roll. So Professor Chipboard, Selfbot, and what are the other
Odin, TJ.
Odin and TJ as support?
Yes.
The people who have silly usernames are always Thanos. For example, Soggy Doggy Sage, Fac Luigi, like
Yeah.
yeah, there's just some amount of aura in Duck Pond as a name. Right.
For sure.
Punk and roll though. Agency Helom, once again, the SD core is back.
This whole team seems really similar, like familiar to me.
Yeah. This is basically Draft Dodgers 2 Electric Boogaloo.
They even have like by far the most players in the draft as well.
Yeah.
Just like Draft Dodgers.
I think they got some good deals, to be honest. Particularly TDG for 3K, Gondra for 3K. These are players that like can pop off. Maybe they're not the most consistent, right? But they can do well. Riario for 8 is pretty good. Yeah.
Cliff B has been doing pretty well in like whatever the tours he's been playing in as well. So for 3K, pretty good pickup.
And then this Don Veer VGC guy, this was actually our initial scout. We're like, we might actually want this guy. But it turns out a lot of people also wanted him. So 7K, we said you can have him. But yeah, this guy's definitely good. GXC, I think 15K for GXC is insane, but he's a good player. You know what I mean? I feel like this top 3 is so expensive. They're good players, but they're expensive. So I feel like the depth is going to be a problem for this team. Where like you actually look at a starting roster and it's like you got like 4 Thanos guys, maybe 5, but like the other 3 are going to be dice rolls at best, is the way I look at it.
Punk and roll is like the biggest, like highest upsides, but it could also have like the highest high, potential highest highs, but also like the lowest lows.
Yeah. So I'm not like super high on Punk and roll, but I don't know, we'll see. A Claw in Order. Yikes, guys. Panda, Slick Panther, and what was their third captain? You know?
Panda, Slick, and Title, yeah.
A Title? Okay. So they self-bought Panda and Slick. Panda for 18K. I mean, he hasn't been winning like for the past 2 years. Feels like people have kind of figured out his style. Oh, he can fix him. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
This is one of those self-buys where it's like, maybe shouldn't have, but I understand wanting to play for your team. Like, that's...
You know what? Actually, I get it. I get it. Sub-Zero will fix him.
Literally.
Ring dynamic self-buy.
Okay, one thing about Slick, though, I think Slick has been playing super well this DPL. Like, I've noticed, like, in-game, I'm like, damn, that was impressive. So, him as a self-buy, I actually like this.
I was watching him in his team court in DPL, and he's been working really hard, too. I think that's a very justified self-buy. Like,
I think he's, like, low-key sleeper becoming one of the best players in draft.
Yeah, great guy, too.
Yeah, he should be feeling confident. He's playing great. They got Sub-Zero Slammer for 22.5K. I love Sub-Zero. Gotta slam the overpay button on this one.
I'm gonna have to disagree.
He should have been 23.5.
Well, like I think that it's a fair price for him. Like I'm one of his biggest fans, obviously, but like I think that he works really hard. He plays really well. He drafts well. He preps well. Like he helps out his
definitely
team
be good.
Yeah,
I think
I agree, Kenny.
22.5 is too much for anyone. So
like,
I'm gonna.
Okay, that's more. Yeah, I get that.
That is a lot of budget.
Yeah.
Like I also think like maybe like he will be a 22K player, but like he maybe needs like one more tour first type of thing. Like I think that he definitely has it in him to be worth that much.
Yeah, it's a lot of money, right? He's had 2 like really fantastic tours back to back, so I get like a price increase, but this is a lot for anyone.
I think part of it too is that like everybody loves teaming with him, like as a person.
Yeah, he's great.
So that like
I have nothing bad to say about him. It's just a lot of money, and you see like the consequence of spending that much, especially like their second most expensive guy, Sir Peanut Crunch. This guy's supposed to be pretty good, but 12.5K on someone who just doesn't play draft, right? He's a smoke on guy.
Aura though, that's like definitely like a goofy name aura.
Yeah, but like when you think about
this guy like an SPL starter.
Yeah, he's good at playing Pokemon, right? But you think about all of these times, like you have these Smogon players who join draft, and the ones that do well usually have a short list of people as captains. Like the same names keep popping up. And
like you're saying that's a lot of risk for an untested guy.
These aren't the names. Like you see the Smogon players usually pop off on like Genius teams or low QP teams, or like
Oh, that's what you mean. Okay.
draw teams. Like these are like the main guys that can get the most out of these players who don't really have a lot of experience in draft. Whereas I've seen some flops from like Panda teams picking up smoke on guys.
Like B is like one of the greatest OU players of all time, and they've had like really bad draft tour performances.
Yeah,
Well,
that's a good example.
There was the let ball incident.
Okay.
So what?
But okay,
now?
I'm not gonna like shit on him too hard. Let's keep going. Soggy Doggy Sage for 8.5k, fantastic player for the price. As long as you can get like a decent performance out of her, she's kind of like semi-retired at this point, where she's like the best player in the game in 2024. Into like, yeah, I'm done with Pokemon in 2025. Into we're kind of back. I don't know. We'll see. It could be a great pickup. It could be like just like whatever. I'm not too sure. A Nerf for 6k is definitely good. Urban for 6k. A little bit on the higher price side for Urban, but like I heard only good things about him from the big dogs. So I'll call it a good pickup. Meta for 5k. Not super high on this guy. And then Lindworm for VGC. I think this guy's pretty good. I think that VGC will be taken care of with that. Aeonfa for 3k is good. Akant for 3k and X-Kimmy. I don't really know too much about Akant and Kimmy, but Aeonfa is definitely a good pickup.
I'm pretty sure Akant were ZFG's main VGC in DCL 3, weren't they? I know they were.
Well,
VGC
I know
5.
I know CFG's VGC last year was like winless until
Okay.
until K-Creek
Maybe-
stepped up, right?
Mm.
I can
So-
speak a
Maybe
little bit
I
Kimi.
got my mouth shut.
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah, so Kimi is I know for a fact Kimi is like Title's friend, and
Okay.
she was
Makes sense.
in when we did the draft team and like the team of draft players in the UUFPL tournament. She was
Okay.
not on the team, but she was present in the server as kind of like a support for that, and she was helpful for a lot of it. And she's just generally kind of a good active support person, and I think with Title specifically as captain, she'll be motivated to do that.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah. Like, me not knowing someone doesn't necessarily make them a bad pickup. Like, that's totally reasonable. Overall, Claw and Order, I feel like this is probably on the lower side of strength. Yeah. Like, that's all I'll really say. Nimble Nightclub, PZZ, Hacker, and then what's their third one?
Spees.
Spees, okay. This is like self-buy Hacker for 18k is always going to be like a question mark. PZZ as well, honestly, like PZZ in the auction recently like went for like super cheap. So like you're using a lot of your budget on players that like probably are not worth 18k in a fair market, right?
That was due to SPL being at the same time and PCC
Sure,
saying
yeah. Yeah,
So.
there is that factor. But that my point still stands, right? I think PZZ is more so along the lines of like an 11 to 12k kind of player, which is good, right? But it's not 18.
18 is a lot.
It's a lot, and you can see like in their pickups, they don't have like a big ticket item like JCM for 16 and a half. Like you look at every other team besides Tacticians has like a more expensive top player. If that makes sense. JCM's great. Not quite at the peak of his powers right now, but maybe
He's
like,
been like away for a bit, hasn't he?
mm-hmm.
Like he's been
But maybe Thanos can come back. You know, Agent Flame for 15.5k did have like a really fantastic DPL 9 into a pretty good DCL into a pretty bad DWL. So we'll see on
If
Agent
they
Flame.
can get the good value out of her, then
Yeah,
it
yeah.
could be really worth it. Yeah.
Hydra for 8k I think is a pretty decent pickup, especially in a weaker Swish pool. Like that guy
I
should
would
be
even-
like
yeah, like
third or fourth best.
I was gonna say potentially even like an underpay. Like I
Yeah.
could see this guy going higher in this pool.
I like that.
Like
Then you
he's a hard
have
worker. Yeah.
Patek is Brian, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Brian for 8k I think that's a good pickup as well. Hex for 6.5
Pending-
I think that's okay.
motivation.
Brian
Yeah.
had a 7-1 DPL as well.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Thanos. Avocado,
like, big-
Impulse, Idol. These are players I don't have like strong opinions of one way or the other. Impersonator, great pickup for 3K. That's literally god. An offset product, I have no idea who that is.
Their Discord name is Surely You Jest.
Yeah,
They
that doesn't
won
help me, unfortunately.
Hey.
Yeah, I think this team has
One thing,
Don't know the
upside
low-tier
potential.
You don't know offset product L5? Surely
No,
you
I don't.
just and you know him.
My bad.
one thing I will say for some of these guys is, I mean, there's 3 with Hacker, Hex, and Impulse coming back. There's 3 people from my DPL team, which obviously didn't perform the greatest, but
Mhm.
the team chemistry with some of those players was excellent, and I think they all really enjoyed working together as a group of players, and I think that
Could be one
they're
of
gonna
those
have
things
fun.
where you take like a bad team, but like you liked working with a few of the players and you just trim the fat, and then you're ending up
Yeah.
with a better team on the other side. That could be good. Like I said, upset potential on this one. I think there's a few players here that are like, if they pop off, it'll be really good, but
Yeah, like
it's always an if with a lot of these players.
like let's say this team has like the impersonator that beat like Zing and whoever
Yeah,
else. Like,
and then
you
they
can see,
have
like,
7 and
suddenly
1
they're a lot
Brian.
stronger, right?
Then they have like
Yeah.
the Hydra that was popping off like a couple tours ago.
And like didn't
Prime
Flame go
JCM?
undefeated
Yeah,
in-
like
in some
there's definitely like some motion here.
Mhm.
Judgment Day, Rai Addy, and Lodge Ice as support. The Rai self buy, definitely can get on
Nothing
board
to-
with that.
Yeah, nothing to say about that. That's fully
Yeah, Mind Gaming for 21k, it's a lot of money, but Mind Gaming is really good, right? So, like, fair enough. Manu for 15.5, I think that's a good pickup. I was interested in Manu as well in the drafting phase, but we ran out of money, so it is what it is. Fogbound Lake for 14k, this is the major question mark for me, where it's like, this guy, he had a great record, right? 6-1, but it did feel like he was carried a lot by that pace or that team just being incredible and like underpriced. Now, I struggle to see if you could get like a similar like repeat performance from the guy. For 14k, you're like, okay, this guy has to go like 4-2 or like something like that to justify the price, and I'm not convinced, you know. I could be proven wrong, right? But yeah, that's my thoughts on that. JD has a ton of SD mains and their switch is kind of questionable. Like they would have benefit from self-buying Addy. Yeah.
I think just Addy was burnt out, needed a break. It's been a
Yeah.
lot of tours back.
Well, Addy
Back.
said that, and then like immediately in the Switch drafts, they're like, it's her dream team. Like,
Dude,
it's so funny.
Thanos teams.
You're like, fuck, I should have self-bought. Very funny.
That would do.
Bobbert for 12k. Like, Bobbert's good. It's more than I would pay for him, we could say. But
Well, I
he's
can
a
tell you
good
straight
player.
up, Addison would disagree with that. I think there's basically no price Addison would not pay for this guy. She loves
Oh, I
dealing
know.
with him.
I know.
And she,
Yeah.
Robert
Yeah,
is her
to each
son.
their own. Yeah. Hey, I got some of my players like that where I would pay the moon. Sammy
still
C
why not?
123. 6.5k. I think this is about right for him. He definitely has potential to do well. We saw like a Thanos season from him, so 6.5k for someone who could be Thanos, like that's fine. Burna
Who's Thanos with me?
5.5, good pickup. Kyle for 4.5 I think is a good pickup as well, but unfortunately, the downside of drafting Kyle is that you will lose every single series ever. It just happens
he's
to
gonna-
this guy.
Surely he breaks the curse. He's gonna break the curse.
Surely this is the season, right?
Yeah.
But okay. Lux for 4k, Crucify 3k, Look It Up 3k, Violet River 3k. The first 3 I don't have a strong opinion either way. Violet River 3k, I think Violet River was like actively not a good presence in Scovillain. So I wouldn't pay 3k for her.
Got dropped
I'll-
that mids by the other team, so
I'll vouch for Look It Up. I had this guy in DFL, and he was probably the best player on that team. He's a
Mhm.
great team presence. He's fantastic VGC player, and I think, like, you know, the VGC core on this, you look at the price tag and you say it's tile for 4.5 and look it up for 3, that's
pretty
not a
good,
lot of
yeah.
money to spend compared to.
I like that a
I think
lot,
that's-
actually.
Yeah, I think these two as VGC are probably the best you can do for like a really good budget VGC
Mhm.
option if you
Yeah,
want
yeah.
2 players for it. So I really
No,
like
that's a
looking
good
up. I
point.
think
I like that.
he's fantastic.
I think this is definitely one of the stronger rosters.
Yeah.
To me, there's like it's like a top 3 or a top 4 in my opinion. Like the playoffs should be pretty simple.
Let's hear it.
Judgment Day, ZFG, obviously, but they're gonna go undefeated. My own team, because I have to put myself right.
Just gonna
I can never
handshake
not believe in myself, right?
both win when they
And then
play
I
each other.
think it's Tacticians. I think that's gonna be the playoffs.
Yeah,
There's some
definitely, like,
upset potential
though.
for
Yeah.
Nimble Nightclub, Trick of Eye, and Punk and Roll. Claw and
so
Order.
Claw and
Claw-
Order, you think
I-
he
I-
doesn't get upset potential? Like, or what?
If there's a team that I have to pick to not make playoffs, it would be Claw and Order, unfortunately. So like
My
rough
assessment of
power
this
rankings,
draft
that's it.
Yeah, I mean, my assessment of this auction was I think every team is viable for playoffs.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I wouldn't be shocked.
I'm not
if
gonna
the
say
side
there's
team
0%
20
chance. It's just
Even-
like someone has to be bottom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I think that's fair. Like, but even Claw and Order, you know, like if Panda steps up, like Soggy Sage returns to her former glory,
Mhm.
like, you know, if those two things happen, it's not a bad roster.
Yeah. There's no like free weeks.
Yeah,
Everyone who Rai supported in Usum has always gone Thanos. I forget who it was, but someone was telling me they were hoping they would get slotted in Usum so they could get that Rai Gluck Luck.
nice.
I think it was Void.
Wait, that's me trying to slot in Oras
Yeah,
to get
yeah.
the L5 luck. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's pretty much it for me. 3.5 hour stream, a good place to call it.
There's a lot
Thanks for
than I thought
watching.
it'd be.
What's up?
All right.
That was
I
a
gotta
lot
go for a
faster.
bit.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be a lot longer.
All right. See you guys for more DCL content coming soon.